Good afternoon as we see the trek into beautiful Silkeborg, Denmark. It's home to numerous museums and historical sites, which make it a great place to get your Danish culture fix. As well, you can get to all your outdoor activities here in Silkeborg, the outdoor capital of Denmark. But we, this afternoon, are heading inside the Silkeborg Sports Center, which opened in 2007 as the top female curlers take the ice for the LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. Session 7 will feature Japan taking on Canada. I'm Luke Coley, joined with the legendary Sander Rolvag, as we see the competitors here in our feature matchup. Canada and Japan doing battle. Let's meet the teams. The lead for Japan, Hasumi Ishiguka. Their second, who skips the team, Sina Nakajima. Their third, Chiaki Matsumura. And their fourth stone thrower, Ikua Kitazawa. They'll take on Canada with their lead, Rochelle Brown. Second, Dana Ferguson. Third, Sarah Wilkes. And the skip of the Canadian champions, Chelsea Carey. Here's a look at the standings. China alone on top with 4 wins, no losses. Korea as well, no losses, but 3 wins. Russia, Sweden at 3-1, then Canada, Germany at 2-1. Japan, USA right in the middle at 2-2, then Scotland and Switzerland at 1-2. Denmark, Finland, and Latvia still looking for their first wins. And in Session 7, we're on Sheet A, our feature game, Japan and Canada. On Sheet B, Switzerland takes on Denmark. On Sheet C, a battle of 3-win teams, Sweden and Korea. And on Sheet D, it is Scotland taking on Germany. Well, you see the fans coming into the Silkeborg Sports Center, cheering on the home Danish country. They'll be in action here this afternoon. We're on Sheet A, as you saw there. And Sander, Canada, a hard-fought win last night against Latvia. Now they take on this Japanese team in their first World Championship. Obviously, Canadian team coming in would be the favorites, but what do you expect in this one?
I feel like Canada was maybe struggling with the ice a little bit last night, didn't seem too comfortable. Have heard the ice might be a little bit better today, so maybe they'll be finding their comfort levels a bit more this afternoon. For Japan, started out really well, lots of confidence, made a lot of good shots, won the first 2 games, but now they've dropped 2, so maybe some insecurity coming in for a very young side. That'll be interesting to see how they cope.
Well, we'll find out very shortly how hard Canada goes after them early. Canada relatively inexperienced on their part, but Chelsea Carey, her second trip to a World Championship. 3 members of the team haven't been. Rely on the experience of Chelsea and their alternate Jill Officer, who's a 2-time world champion. Sort of pass along a few things to look for, what you can do.
The intertoxic route. Should be pretty good there. Okay, let's go, guys.
To turn off their cell phones and please no flash photography during the games.
Well, Chelsea Carey will head down. They will start things off here as Japan will have the hammer. Japan wearing their dark uniforms will throw red stones. Canada wearing their light will throw yellow. There's the last stone draw challenge. Japan winning that one easily.
Yeah. I don't have a good feel for them yet. Still have some time.
Well, and Rochelle Brown will get us started, the 32-year-old lead.
She needs to start her thing at 25, because that takes her perfect amount of time, I think.
Rochelle has a 4-month-old boy, Finn.
Top 12! Okay, all you got. Line's not bad.
Top 8!
Line's not bad.
Top 8! Weight's good.
Line's good now.
Weight's good. Top 8.
4-2.
Yeah, top 8.
4-2.
Just top eight.
So this team all brand new to each other
Very
this year.
nice.
The front end has played together.
Good weight,
But
Rochelle.
now you add in Rochelle, hasn't been with the team all year, part of the year, obviously giving birth to her son, and that's a different obstacle for the team as well. So we see Hasumi Ishiguka, 22-year-old lead for Japan. Both teams with 2 wins so far.
Well, sometimes a new player can make it a little harder to gel, but sometimes a player comes in and things work just even better. So it just depends a little bit.
Well, and Rochelle with this team, along with Dana Ferguson on the front end.
Normal down.
Being from Canada, I've seen them a little bit. They're sort of the gel of this team. When they're together, they really work together. They played a long time with
Nice throw,
Val
Rochelle.
Sweeting, lost a
9-6.
Scotty, a Canadian championship together. This year they win it. They definitely give the energy to the team.
Neither team really interested in getting too involved here on the first end.
Well, and at this stage of the event, maybe early first game or two you do this. The reason you continue to do it is we look at the rules of play. 6 ends minimum, 38 minutes of thinking time with 1 60-second timeout. The team's not using that 5 rock free guard zone rule here early, playing these hits.
Well, I think
Lean.
for Canada,
Yep. Yep.
struggling a bit with the ice last night,
Right up,
maybe just
right up, right up, right
wanting
up.
a little extra time to get used to the surface this afternoon and see how it's maybe different from last night.
9-4.
Watch your feet, Chelsea.
Thanks.
They just seem to struggle all over the place in terms of especially draw weight. But also the sweepers just had a hard time really judging the weight, and they ended up losing a lot of shots on that. For Japan, you're playing big favorites Canada, maybe just want to calm your nerves a bit and make some simple shots to begin with.
Sina Nakajima, 21-year-old.
ちょっと滑ってる。入っちゃうよ。4-5だ、4-5。止まったよって言うけど、入っちゃうわ。
Yeah, it's a bit of a new Japanese side for most.
Okay, next.
14.6.
We had the team of Fujisawa win
Roll
silver
out,
back
fine.
a couple of years back.
Firm.
And that was the team they beat in the final of the Japanese Championship. Actually beat them 3 times in the round robin. The 1-2 Page, and then also in the final. So certainly
They earned
done
it.
well to get here.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Well, Dana Ferguson gets rid of that guard out in front.
It's not easy for Canada to get to a World Championship either.
No, it's a long road, and then there's a lot of people with this Chelsea Carey rink, obviously a new team that wouldn't have picked them to come out of their respective region to get to the Canadian Championship. Having a little handle malfunction.
Yeah, sometimes the handle's not tight enough, or it could be the battery, the eye on the hog technology might just be running out. You'll have the option, if it's a battery issue, to either have one of the ice technicians come and have a look at it, maybe change the battery even, or throw the rock and have the umpire walk on up to the hog line and have a look. I think that's what they're going to do. They might look at that rock later, but the green lights come on, so it doesn't seem to be an issue. Sometimes you'll see the handle just blink green and red, and that might be an indication that the battery's running low.
Seems a lot of the players would rather see the umpire go out, stand on the hog line, and just keep with the flow of the game as opposed to wait to have them come out and check it or replace a handle.
Yeah, just takes a long time and might kill your flow a bit.
Sarah Wilkes, 28 years old.
Yep. Hard.
So
Hard,
rare
let it
for the
go.
players to actually hog a rock anyway.
Right up. Okay, whoa. Okay, I'll open that up a little bit. 9-8.
Sarah Wilkes, her sports hero. Matt Sundin from Sweden originally. Sarah born in Toronto, the Toronto area.
This is a hockey player.
Yeah.
Hockey not as big in Norway. It's getting there though. Shiaki Matsumura here actually has played a World Championship herself back in Riga 2013. Played lead for Fujisawa actually, so she'll have some experience coming into this with the young team.
How much does a team lean on someone like that has been to one of these events before?
Not sure if they necessarily babysit you through the week, but it's just a comfort, and of course, not only having her on the team, but they have some pretty experienced people on the bench as well that can just deal with all the formalities, just the paperwork, and just the knowing what you're going to do and when you need to be at the arena for pre-game practice, what you want to do in pre-game practice, all those kind of things you might not be experienced with if you haven't played a lot of championships. But yeah, having one person on the team that's been through it, and also having some people on the bench who's been through it, that's very helpful. And maybe adds a bit of a calm nature onto the ice as well.
Well, hit and roll out, nothing in the rings here for Skip Stones of this first end.
Okay. This should be similar speed to what I threw in here, no?
Yeah.
Well, playing an open first end.
Yeah, I think
Chelsea
that's
Carey
a
gets to play the
Show me the T-line if you can.
open draw, gets a good feel for it as well.
Yeah, that's tough.
Chelsea herself playing in a World Championship back in 2016. Finished fourth that year in Swift Current.
Line's good. Pretty close. It's good. T.
I got quite a bit more.
Okay.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Curling now.
Okay. T.
Still a bit of room.
It's
There'll
running.
be some added pressure this time.
A little hot. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We're okay.
Return to home without a medal once, but return to home without a medal twice. That's going to be very tough for a Canadian side.
Good.
Yeah, there's always that expectation in Canada with the curling side. It's definitely changed a little bit, but you expect to medal. Before it used to, if you didn't come home with a gold medal, it was disappointing, but now if you don't medal at all, as both men's and women's teams from Canada know, not medaling at the most recent Olympic Winter Games, you definitely hear about it.
Well, there was a bit of a dry spell at the women's side for
For the other side?
gold anyway. I think they went 8 years without winning, but now won the last 2 years.
Looking to go 3 in a row.
Yeah, just like Switzerland did before.
It's better everywhere.
Rachel Holman picked up the first of the 2.
Okay. Same, I would say.
Yeah.
I think this side might be a pinch slower, but I'm going to try to throw you the same.
I like the same, Chelsea. We played a lot through here this end, so I feel like it should be okay.
Okay.
You'll hear the Canadians talk about the speed quite a lot. And it's pretty normal for any top team, just communicating all the time. But I think especially because they have had their struggles on draws, you'll see them communicate probably even more. There's a little bit of insecurity showing
Okay, got
at
T.
times.
Okay. We should
Similar
be
ad.
good. T. Room
Start
right now.
guessing a bit more and talking
Mine's
about it
good.
almost too much sometimes.
And here we'll see the hog time.
Okay, room.
Yeah, it should give us an indication how quick the ice is moving. 14.7. That's it's close to what we've been seeing. Maybe even a tad quicker than some of the draws
Good. Face there,
for the first end as well. Playing away,
Say that's the same.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
Canada has
Similar right now.
leading
Pass.
the World Women's Curling Championship with 17 gold medals. Sweden next with 8. Looking to peel this one out, blank the first end, and no problem there, as it is Ikue Kitazawa who blanks the first end for Japan. No score here after end 1.
that I was in for the draw. But that intern path you guys had was nice, hey?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were different, so I don't know. I might have just timed them wrong.
Okay. Paper's the same.
自転ドレスを取りに行ってみる。やってみる。行ってみよう。
意外ともしかしたら普通にドルを掴んでるかもしれない。LSD もやってたし。
今日本がいいですね。
そうだね。決まると思ってた方がいい。
Line's close. Way close. Looks there to me right now.
Little up.
Line's good.
I think it's up.
Okay.
Top 12.
Go top 4 then if it's in.
Yeah.
Might as well make it good if it's in. 14-8. Should be pretty good. Okay, Rochelle, that's good.
Sorry.
Good judge, guys.
Back inside Silkeborg Sports Center. It's the second end. No score yet in our feature game, Japan versus Canada. Luke Kohler here with Sander Rovag. This afternoon, it is session 7. Both teams coming in 2 wins. Japan losing earlier today. They've lost 2 in a row after starting 2-0.
It's always a little bit tough to pick up that momentum, and of course to play Canada then in your third game. You're definitely going to be a little worried to go 3 losses in a row.
I was doing their game earlier today against Russia, and especially late in the end, they got a little indecisive about how they go about it. Different scenarios, trying to generate offense, as Russia was playing the defense, peeling guards, bringing the play into the house.
I think that's because they are a bit young and inexperienced, but I think also even with the 5-rock rule coming into play this season, it's a little bit new for a lot of teams still, so they're still trying to figure out
Line's good for
the
3.
way to play aggressively.
2.5.
Has to be 3 on this line.
It was very straightforward last season with the 4-rock rule.
Yeah.
It was pretty much set in stone what to do. Now it's a little bit different. You see different approaches for sure.
And each team, each country, each federation are working on different ways to go about it. You're seeing teams using a lot more analytics of what shot to play. Canada's been playing a lot of tick shots when they've had the hammer.
Yeah, we don't really have that many stats either. I mean, the 5-rock rule has been used elsewhere for a few years, but not in too many 10-end competitions like at the World Championship. So I'm sure we'll have a little bit of stats to work with after the season, but I don't think it's fully thought out yet necessarily.
There's lots of discussions of all the time of, oh, if you play this and you come around, or if you throw a second corner guard up there, what happens? Doesn't matter what you call it, you still need to make that shot.
Just freeze for
Look
now.
in Scotland and Germany,
Yeah, I like it. You got it, Dana.
and chance here for Scotland to get off to a good start.
Yeah, we're line 2 already. Lauren Gray coming in as a skip and 4th. Sophie Jackson was injured mid-game the other day. Lauren Gray came in, actually
It's not curling.
had a decent go at 3rd, but they moved her up to skip, and she has played skip and 4th rocks before.
Needs to be Sarah.
She skipped the World Juniors as a skip, so she has that experience. And she's also a happy camper, bringing a lot of positivity to the team now with an injured Skip, and that's a good draw by her. 3-0.
Yeah, I thought
It's
so
a great
too.
start for the Scots over there, starting 1 and 2. Playing around that center guard now. Nakajima in second stones for Japan. Can't quite get it by the front and just rolls off it.
And the only upside as they roll it onto the rings.
Look at all the other scores going on. We're on sheet A, no score. Denmark gets 1 against Switzerland in the first.
Or guard,
A blank, Sweden, Korea on sheet C. And you saw the 3 put up by Scotland against Germany.
I don't mind one of
If they
these.
ever roll under, it's kind of scary, right? If they ever make the shot they were trying, it's scary. So I don't mind the hit.
I kind of like the hit. Kiwi like the hit.
Okay,
Like
wait.
just normal.
Normal.
Okay, you got it, Dina. Hair high.
Waist close. Yeah.
Close. Yep.
Little quiet.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard, you
Hard, Rochelle, gotta go.
Hard, you gotta
Hard.
go.
Hard, 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 hard. Okay,
Good.
it's not bad.
Get to the
That's good.
gratuitous bounce off that one to be able to still get one out.
Just looked a little over the top.
Yeah, it just was no set. It was kind
Yeah.
of straight. I didn't think she hooked it, but it was just straight.
It is shot stone for Japan. Hit and roll right into the forefoot, sitting behind that yellow guard, tight to the rings.
Yeah, that's a very good shot. He's able to move that second yellow off the face of their own shot stone as well, just kind of exposing it.
Still run straight. Yeah.
We have a run double back for Canada, but those need to be made.
We've seen Sarah make a couple this week. Game yesterday that needed to make a run double, really swing the momentum. Came up with it. Real close, spin it out, get that one right out of the rings. And look at him go with a run double for Sarah Wilkes.
Pretty perfect. Almost lost it. The good part is they were able to roll the shooter a bit towards the center line, even though they didn't keep the stone they ran in.
Well, makes the hit and just glances off the other one.
Probably just knows is the best. Here.
Can it ever want to try and make the long roll?
Well, that was the first thought by Carey, but feeling like there's a good chance he might just leave a double or just rolling closer to the guard, leaving Japan to hit and roll instead. Seems to be quite happy to just keep a couple of yellows out in the wing here. Don't think Japan would be able to get shot stone in around their corner necessarily, so well,
Nice throws there.
the long roll happens anyway.
10-3.
But out in the open back 12-foot real good chance. Use those guards if Japan wants.
Yeah, you can see the first instinct was to make the hit, but I think I like to come around.
Dan Carey, the Canadian coach,
Go.
1992 Canadian champion.
I agree. I liked it out of your hand, but I thought we could never hurt it by sweeping it. But she just backed it right. It's
Ended
like
up
it
winning
hit a
bronze
ledge
at the
and just
Worlds
stopped
that
her.
season,
Nice throw.
Thanks. Oh,
playing with Vic Peters.
So the year Hammy won. The year Hammy McMillan made the around the horn double for 3 against Vic Peters in the semifinal.
Does ring a bell. Garmisch-Partenkirchen. Well, they like to go back to the hit.
Yeah, they did.
They seem to rely on that, though. When in doubt, they'll go back to it. And you see a man who knows how to throw a few hits himself, Yusuke Morizumi.
Yeah, like there.
Yeah, very good hitting team. His man's team, of course, now retired, but you never know when he might come back onto the scene. Spoke to his younger brother, Yosuke, or Kosuke, rather, and he was seemed a little keen to start playing with his brother again, so it'll be interesting to see.
Both of them are here in Denmark as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing some commentary for Japanese TV. Yeah, but they were really good at the hits, but they also put a lot of rocks in play and play very aggressively. And I think we've seen that from the Japanese girls as well this week, earlier on at least.
Okay, nice normal here. Should feel decent underfoot for that.
Didn't seem too afraid of putting rocks in play. Maybe just trying to be a little more conservative here. Maybe try and frustrate Canada a bit. Latvia seemed to do that very well last night. It was a very open game, not too many rocks in play.
Hard. You gotta go, girl. Okay.
Roll it away. Roll it away.
That's fine. Okay.
Well, I had to make sure it curled so it didn't jam on the back one. And the national coach for Japan will actually have a good book on this Canadian team too. Well, they both live in the same city. James Lind lives in Calgary. That's where Chelsea's out of as well.
Play out of the Glencoe.
The Glencoe Club.
Someone else plays out of there too, rings a bell.
Kevin Cooey, Canadian men's champion actually last year. The Kerry won, Kevin Cooey won that same year. So both national champions coming out of the same curling club.
It's going to be a pretty proud club.
Yeah, although 3 of the 4 members of this team are out of Edmonton.
Yeah.
Out of the Saville Center in Edmonton as well. It's got a few champion banners also.
Still trying to make the hit and roll. If you make it, it's great, but even if you make it perfect, you might be almost behind the tee line, leave a freeze for Canada.
Nose is fine, like let's not get cute, but it's
Japan's
there.
played this quite cautiously, maybe a bit too cautious, and they're most likely going to end up being forced here.
Okay, love to get low, but we won't get cute. No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Okay.
Gonna throw easy.
Okay.
But some teams play like
ran
that, though,
quite
if they
straight,
don't get
so
a
it
good
shouldn't
start to
go
the
crazy,
Okay.
but should come up a
They'll
little bit
play
easy.
Yeah. Easy.
Same throw.
pretty
just a little
cautiously and say,
more
okay,
switch.
well, we didn't play very well this end. Let's just score our 1, be safe, and take any risk.
Most teams will have that game plan or philosophy of how they go about it.
Some teams will try and score 2 all the way down to skip rocks.
Squeeze close. Clean. Yep.
It's still early in the game, too, so
Whoa, close.
Clean.
Whoa.
Carey can make the roll here.
Yep.
Whoa.
Look at that thing snap at the end and make the perfect roll behind.
Yeah, that's real good.
Really close.
Nice shot.
Good sweep.
That's probably pretty good at the even throw. A couple of inches,
Yeah, pretty good.
because it takes away the draw pass to the button. And it's a bit of a teaser. It's almost like you have to come after and bump that yellow. And if you're ever too cute with that front guard, you might give up a steal of 2. If you feel a crash on it, you can tap it in and it's a steal of 3. This is when you really need to play a very controlled weight. Just throw T-line, have your sweepers do the rest. I think they're throwing a bit more than that, though. Maybe a hack. There's quite a bit of rotation from Kitasawa, so the rocks do tend to run a bit straight for her.
Well, up to the sweepers now here. Last stone of the second end.
This is not moving enough. It's trying.
Want to get any of that one and just grazes it and slides right by everything. So this game's first score will come through a steal. And a steal of 2 for Canada. An early lead for the Canadians after 2 ends of play.
I'm just gonna make sure I'm shooting it because it's like feels like it's just coming out of my hand, and I felt like that in practice. Like, so I'm just, if I'm a little bit more positive with it, that's why.
I think you can afford to be.
Yeah.
There's nowhere right now that's poker straight,
Yeah.
so I think you're okay.
And that one, it's just something's weird about
Yeah.
it. Like,
どっちに
外でも良かったかもしれない
切り替えればよかった
ね
In 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds you can start your process. Okay, I'll just take a little longer.
We've got it down.
We got it down to an art.
We're good.
Oh, okay. Okay, you got a little room early. Line should be okay. Line's
Looks
good.
there right
Curling
now.
already.
Late, so
Okay.
it should be
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
No,
Tracking a little now.
little hot.
Yeah, it looks all there to me.
Yeah, you're right.
3.5. Okay. Full 12 probably on the next one, eh?
Yeah.
Canada gets that steal of 2 in the second end. And that's our first score in session 7. The LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. Look in Denmark and Switzerland. Denmark leading this one 1-0. Looks like Denmark has shot stone back 4 foot.
Yeah, Elena Pets might come down and just nudge that yellow for 2. I think the main objective here is to score your 1. So if you have the line, then the sweepers can go for it. They're calling on Barbasat here to try and carve it in. Seems a little heavy, not sure it's going to curl enough to get to that yellow. It just gets to the wrong one.
Yep.
It's going to be a steal.
So 2-0 Denmark leading Switzerland. Not really the start the Swiss were hoping for in this championship, but 1-2 right now. Denmark's at 0-3, but they've been in every game of theirs so far.
Yeah, I think the Swiss definitely one of the contenders for the week as we came in.
Dana. Hard for the tick.
They
Really gotta
felt
go.
pretty prepared as well.
Got a chance. Go, go, go,
for
go, go.
coming here.
Go, 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 go.
Just not gelling quite yet, but there's so many games left.
Good call, Charles.
Good, good.
You're
Good
maybe
sweeping
better off
for a good
picking
one.
up that momentum closer to the playoffs. Just got to make sure you get there.
And in the 13-team field, the top 6 will be into the playoffs. 1 and 2 get a bye straight to the semi, then 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, and 2 qualifying games. We saw last year, the first year in this format, 6 and 6 making it into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good format. You get more knockout games, and they're always more exciting.
And sudden death.
Yeah, sudden death.
Curlers may not like it. They like a second life, but
yeah,
as a spectator and commentator, it's a lot of fun to call.
Yeah, the page playoff system might be quote-unquote more fair, but yeah, sudden death is a lot more exciting.
Maybe that like 4:15ish. Yeah.
If we wanted fair, we could have all the teams play a 10 game round robin World Series or of some sort.
Best of 7
over the year. Yeah. Let's see who would win, but it wouldn't be that very exciing, would it?
Weight a little down.
Hard then.
And a lot of travel.
Line's
If you're
good.
playing home and away games.
Top 12, tight.
Line's good.
Gotta go.
Gotta be here.
Tight. Halfway.
Okay. Yeah, Sarah. Both of you. Yep. Keep it going. Close the hole. Okay.
Sorry, guys. What'd you get?
22. What did you get?
Now that red guard is exposed tight, that they could be tapped up. You can split it.
Yeah, I think they'll keep both those options in mind. Throwing here. Looking at the ice. Could be either, really.
It'll be interesting to see how the line call is. And you see Kitazawa in the house, the fourth stone thrower. She's only curled for 4 years.
Impressive. Quality over quantity. Might be the straight top here. That is so close.
Curl up a hair, they get it right in front and just beside that yellow Canadian stone, which looks like a shot.
Yeah, I think so. And it's left a bit of a pocket now if Canada
quite
actually
large.
can come around everything.
Okay.
What were you thinking? Sorry.
Might be worried about the gap.
What was your thought? The draw?
Yeah, like just freeze.
That does not look easy.
Like that
How should
better?
we get there? It's so straight. Can we?
Kind of wait.
What weight do you want to play?
Like easy?
Yeah, whatever looks good
Like
to you.
easy?
Now they're talking about the draw,
Think
but
about it, Dana.
this is Dana Ferguson, who is a lefty, so she'll come out of the right hack.
Yep.
That draw probably is even more difficult for her.
Yeah, that's true. Just coming at the bit of the wrong angle, really. Also throwing the out turn might curls a bit less.
Close,
It
yeah.
might be harder.
Yeah.
10!
Hard.
Where's 10?
Whoa. Roll your way, Rochelle.
Through
Roll
the
right on
hole,
top.
try and make the little roll, and we'll sit
Good
side of the
throw,
button to lie 2. We'll jump over, take a look. Sweden, Korea, second end.
Yeah, it looks like Sweden's lying second shot here. So Anna Hasselborg chasing the Korean rock. That's about half open behind the guard. So just throw a control weight here, try and remove it. And try and leave the shooter somewhere in the rings for a score of 2. It's looking pretty good.
Well, Olympic champ, tap back, gets their 2. After a first game loss to China, starting to turn it on a little bit.
Yeah, they've been looking pretty solid all year.
I'll double through the hole for Matsumura. And to make that one relatively easy. Pretty sizable port to make the hit. Little roll to the side.
Yeah, might see another stone come through that port.
Okay. Whoa.
Weight's good. Easy.
Close.
Close.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Go.
Hard.
Sarah Wilkes unable to get by. Fortunate that one
10-5.
goes right through.
Well, it's unfortunate as they've left 2 corner guards a bit staggered here. Pretty good opportunity for Japan to come around. It's opened up everything for Japan here.
Chance for a bounce back end, or at least a setup for a bounce back end. Matsumura can wrap one around. look, the other scores going on. You saw Denmark stealing one, so they're up 2-0 over Switzerland. Sweden got that deuce. They're up 2-0 in the third. And Scotland gets a force, so they're up 3-1 with the Hammer playing the third end against Germany.
Same way?
Sure.
Normal?
Okay. Yeah, this there.
Whoa.
It's good.
Sweepers right off this one.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay.
Just has enough to
9-2.
move that other red stone, but it stays in play.
There was way more of an angle than I thought.
Yeah.
I only hit half
You
her
made it
off.
for the weight. Yeah. How much you could have killed it. Do you want me to shoot your 9-2?
I thought that was way flatter than that.
Trading hits back and forth. Double available there.
Not sure we want to roll under, do we?
Well, it's pretty flat.
Just to the edge of the forfeit, probably, right?
Nose is okay, isn't it?
Well, she's going to try to roll.
Yeah, and
I'd
if she
like to
doesn't,
roll.
we
Might
have
need
to
another
roll.
member of the
I'd like to
Glencoe
roll this
Curling
way,
Club
though,
to
so she
throw it.
doesn't even have that, right?
Well,
Ben
if
Hebert?
she makes the roll, we can freeze and they're
I
forced.
think he'd be confident enough.
If we roll away, we're never really forcing them. And if we nose and they nose, you have a double. Right? If we roll away, we're just giving them 2.
Yeah. But if we don't make a freeze, we're giving them 3. That's all I'm thinking. But I don't mind it. Hope she doesn't make the roll perfect. If she makes it part way, I might have a slash double.
Yeah.
Okay. There with normal.
Okay, I like it.
The worry here, it's hard to make a roll to the right and get fully bird around that corner. It's pretty long guard as well, even if you make it perfect. You could roll to the left around the double corners,
Roll
but you'd
hair
be
your
in
way's
behind
okay,
the
Dana.
T line. Japan could
Just
freeze
want to
on
leave
you.
it there so that. I mean, if she
Double's
makes
not
a
really
roll,
on.
then like I mean, I can hit that
think
outside
what
one.
they're saying here is they'll just play the
but if she
nose
doesn't,
hit
it might leave me a double, then we can
and
force
hope
her.
Japan might nose it back, leave an angle for the double, or at least a roll. The risk is you make the nose hit, Japan makes the perfect roll, then you might have to freeze in around the corner. You miss that, the three's in play, but this might be the best option here.
Yep. Yep.
Whoa! Clean.
Yep. Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Clean. Yep.
Yep.
Clean. 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 Easy.
And right on the nose, Chelsea Carey first of skip stones.
Good. Nice
Good.
shot.
Good sweep.
I think you might see Japan just hit and roll to the right of our screen just to make sure they can score the 2.
Is that the more cautious approach?
Yeah, a little bit. Every time you put your eggs in one basket, it's a tiny bit more risk, but I think scoring a 2 back here is pretty huge.
Ikue Kitazawa. Hit, and look at them well spread out in the rings. Well, lie 1-2.
Tempting to play that freeze in around the corner now.
Here's a shot by Chelsea Carey in the second end. Make that hit and roll underneath, which forced tough shot, ended up leading to a steal of 2.
Sorry.
Maybe looking for a similar type hit and roll now in the third end.
Yeah, I think it just depends if you're.
Well, if they can
in the
see enough
use or
here.
it's a little wider.
Nose is pretty good.
Okay.
You can
Don't
see.
think we're ever getting low. If it happens to curl, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I like this.
It should be straight, but it
I
might
don't
be
think you can
fresh
see
out
enough
here.
to make
So
the roll in.
thinking normal,
Maybe
but
if
I
you
don't
shave
think
the
I wanna
guard,
be, like, I
but
probably
you
need
don't
to
want
throw
to be
you good
playing
normal.
Okay.
too cute
that?
Yeah.
with those front
I like
stones.
that, Chels.
2-0 lead for Canada.
Whoa! Whoa!
No.
No.
They want to make it tough to get there too.
Okay, good.
But rolling away means a draw for a second point. Good response from Japan, the opportunity to try and get 2 back, tie this game up.
もうちょい取って
今日は触ってればいいと思う。
Ikue. Kitazawa, opportunity to try and tie this game up. The in-turn draw.
大丈夫そう浮いただけで大丈夫ラインもいいよ
We've seen 14-7 early in the game get to the T line. This should be perfect weight for Japan. And no problem, right into the heart of the rings. It's a 2 for Japan, and we are all square through 3 ends of play so far. Session 7 in the LGT World Women's Curling Championship.
次は2点取られないようにしてあげたい。チャンスがあればしてる人も2点の高校の時2点の形今みたいに作れそうな感じ。点で抑えて。うまいだよね。
ナイスライン
ちょっと遠いかも。
ちょっとまだ上がるかな。いいよ、2半上がるわ。あ、いいよ、曲がってきた。
上がってきた。
あ、最後に上がるかな。
Japan answers back with a nice deuce of their own.
もうちょい近いよ。
Use their hammer, so we are all tied 2-2, Canada and Japan.
16.1
It's just game 4 for Canada, game 5 for Japan. Japan playing earlier today. They'll have tonight and tomorrow morning off. They get their back-to-back draws off. As we see here, Rochelle Brown, 80% for the tournament.
Yep. Dana. Hard.
Weights up.
Hard. Gotta go. Hard. Got a chance still.
Trying to
Shoot
tick
the corner.
that corner off.
Really good.
Nice, Rochelle.
Atta girl. I can count that. Very nice.
What it was in the
Yeah,
end?
that might seem a bit counterintuitive to push your opponent's stones into the rings where you can score, but it's just more about leaving that center line open, leaving a guard, a corner guard that you can use later on. It's just about the setup, and especially when you have last stone, leaving opposition rocks in around that blue 12-foot circle is not really a huge danger to you. You know, we can always place that last rock, if not in the yellow 4-foot, at least into that white 8-foot circle for the score. You can always play with a bit more risk when you have that last on advantage. It's just neutralizing your opponent's offensive stones, and again, now Japan slipping into the rings, making things very comfortable for Canada.
They still have that. On the first one, they also leave their shooter as a corner guard. It's now opportunity to make a little hit and roll. Michelle Brown not seeing a lot of hits, but will hit and roll to the side of the house.
Yeah, it was 10. Good.
That's pretty good, though.
I'm not even
I think
close.
you're always better off rolling a bit too far than not enough, because now you're forcing your opponent to, well, first throw in a different spot, but also throwing to the wing, having to roll all the way back to bring the play to the center line. And if they don't, if they hit and stay on the wing, Canada's not going to bother too much. Again, lots of room to score. Might even provide them some backing if they come around the corner guard, if Japanese rock is left there.
79% on the tournament. Tina Nakajima. Said Sander does make the hit, but will roll right out.
Yeah, a little tricky sometimes to throw that far wide. Either tends to run a bit straight for you, or there might be a bit of fresh pebble. You'll get a bit of grab and curl.
Dana Ferguson at 85%. Good numbers for the Canadian second.
Gotta go line.
Wait close.
Gotta go line. Gotta go to get by. Hard to get by. Hard, still got a chance. Go, 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 go. You got it. Really hard. Really hard. Push, go.
Real big push, get by, and will just touch it.
Okay.
And
14-7.
slide in top of the 8-foot. Well, slide over Switzerland, Denmark, and all European affair. And Lena Pats now chance for multiple points.
Yeah, at first glance you might think it's a draw for 3, but I believe she might be trying to split this front stone in for 4. Very tough shot to make. You just got to make sure you throw the right weight so you don't go past everything and only score your 2, but they're on the red, and that's pushed in for 4. Beautiful shot by Pets.
Well played, and go for that extra point. Why not? 4-2. Switzerland lead over Denmark. From there, we'll slide over Sweden and Korea.
Yeah, looks like Kim Min-ji playing second shot.
Little hot.
She'll just look for the open hit here, score 2.
Really close. Yep.
Catch it on the nose. Gonna make sure not to be too wide here. You could jam it back on your own yellow. I'm trying to make it curl, actually.
Just go so hard there.
They do just catch it a bit too high.
Just the one, so 2-1. Sweden leading Korea. A little bit of roll, both those top of the 12-foot. That's the type of bend you want to have with the hammer?
Back 4?
Yeah, pretty good. Everything's open, and again, nothing as in
Do you think this is enough
on
ice?
the 8 or 4 foot.
Yeah, this is
Now we
quite
have a bit
more
of a
than
stagger on the corner guards. Come sink one in here. Very tough for Japan to get to. And again, when you play around the corner guard and it doesn't work out for you, as long as you have that 4 foot open, you can score your single. You're a happy camper.
83% from Sarah Wilkes.
Line's good.
Yep.
Yep.
Top 4 T.
Gotta go.
Top 4.
Gotta go. Really gotta go line.
rocking towards the corner.
Great sweep, guys. Nice.
Look at that, almost
4-8.
good portion of that one checked underneath of that stone biting top 12 foot.
That came off, eh?
Yeah. 14-8 at times.
Top 8! Hard, Michelle, hard. You got it. You got it. Go, 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 go. Never off, never off, never off. Keep going. Go, 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 go. Keep going.
Great look there as they just get by.
4-8.
後ろ狙ってそうだったらどうなる？前になってもいいぐらいで。12。ちょっと曲がってるよこっち。
Chiaki Matsumura, 80% on the tournament. They won't be able to get by. They're on the front. So they'll come around good enough. You've got Japan chasing.
Yeah, I don't mind like tapping it.
Okay.
Like nose or a hair inside.
As long as we get at least to the nose.
I don't mind the draw to the other side either. Okay.
Back 4.
Okay.
Chelsea normally a very aggressive player.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Give you a couple feet more, because you can tap it to like back.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of an aggressive shot here. What they're trying to do is just get both their yellows as buried as possible.
Yeah, back
Well, first thought about just drawing. Now looking to tap their own stone back a bit to get some separation, but ideally you just tap it on the inside. That way you might leave a stagger on the guard and your 2 yellows in the house, but this is just not curling for them. And that's always the danger playing that kind of shot. You're always grouping your rocks, and if you're not perfect, you might leave a double.
Good weight.
Yeah.
Did think and discuss about drawing the other side there, just split the house.
Yeah, we just got to make sure we get to the nose, and they didn't get to anywhere really near the nose.
でも行くけどどっちがいいかな。ジャムる？ちょうど当てたいところにジャムる。多分早いから出はすると思うんだけど。
So now Japan, what do they got?
角度があれば、やってもいいけど。
Maybe they don't seem like they can see enough to make the double here. Almost looks like a hit and roll, but now from the hack.
Play the slash double?
No, I think just she came down to the hack here and saw that she could see more than she thought from the hack point of view. And now playing the double after all, there's enough room. Because I thought there would be.
69% on the tournament for Kitazawa. Has her ups and her downs.
Pretty good with these up weight
Get
shots,
one.
and there you go.
Just like that. So much rotation on that. Just spins them out, no problem.
Is that still max?
I don't mind a bit less.
I like a little less. Like yours was just probably T-line, so.
Almost a bit similar to that of Rachel Holman, Emma Mescu. Also throw quite a bit of rotation on those hits.
Less ice than Sarah.
Sometimes it's quite helpful.
And get that extra action off of it.
Yeah, throw the gear effect, just get all that extra spring across.
So I probably got to be giving you.
So rolling
like
out,
back 8
corner guard,
what I've been, like,
there's nothing in behind it.
If you think back
like
eight
a couple
should be
feet
close.
more than what
That's
I.
what it looks like in a hand and it's coming up.
Sweep for top tee, but bury it regardless.
Okay.
76% Chelsea carry.
Yeah, top 4. Yeah.
Line's good. Room.
T.
Room.
T line.
Room.
Well,
really come off after it crosses that center line.
If you can.
Finish.
That actually carried a lot better than Sarah's.
Carried a little better there.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Sarah's really came down, and those.
Well,
that one
that's
actually.
a couple in a row.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Good throw. Yeah.
So able to sink that one in. Don't slip in behind the tee line though. You could hear them talk about that carrying a bit better than Sarah Wilkes' draw. Chelsea also making the remark that, well, there's been a couple of throws down this line. That's pretty typical. If you throw a couple of rocks down the same path, it might keen up a bit, especially with the sweeping.
So maybe just a hair deep and a freeze is a possibility of the out for Kitazawa.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess we're looking closer to 15 seconds. Yeah. You want to give the sweepers a bit of room to work with, especially in the freeze. You cannot afford to bounce off. You could probably afford to be a couple of feet short here if you have the good line. 14.7 should be close.
Yeah, still sliding really nice for them there.
Well, maybe enough.
Or can they play off that side one now?
Well, they could.
A little less than that.
Be a bit risky, maybe.
He curls a lot here.
I gotta get across
So
it
with
a fair
that
bit
line,
to not touch the 4 though, don't I?
Could have maybe been better to
It's
play
maybe
that
like
a bit
having
shorter, but
You don't.
seemed pretty keen in that spot.
Curls a lot.
Think it's worth it? Scoring's big, that's all I'm thinking.
It's got an overlap in the house.
Probably there. We just need to make a decision early. If it's not gonna get there, then we can just do this, but make sure we
for
like
one.
Yeah.
switch the call early.
So
Thinking I gotta throw like almost half.
Even
Yeah.
because you might just touch it, but.
My first thought is center line. Is that too much?
no, I like that. You got it, Chelsea.
You guys like trying this?
Yeah, I think it's there.
I think it's there, yeah. We gotta get across it a decent amount
So
to not touch that.
When she says
yellow,
getting across, she's
but
got
it's
to
possible.
Yeah, just get me on it. as
Yeah,
soon as
it's
we
like
can.
we-
tap
you
it so
pass the
she doesn't
guard.
touch
Yeah.
the yellow. We'll probably move it a little bit.
This is new here, so I'm thinking it might be a hair fresh like Sarah's.
Okay.
Do you think?
Yeah, when you're throwing
Yeah,
that
like this was
soft
my
weight
path
though,
for my hit. Like I had
the
basically
faintest
center
of
line.
touch on that
Okay.
yellow is going to
So
kill the momentum of that redstone
I think
moving
half,
out
do you think
of
it'll
the
be
8
half?
foot.
I think so.
Okay.
So if you can even cross the nose of the red even, it'd be very helpful.
Well noted, an important score at least in the end. So make a decision earlier which way you're going to go about it.
Yep.
That's when you typically see a bit of a safe throw or a safe line call as well. Well, this one's moving towards the guard.
Really hard.
Got off the line early.
Whoa.
Will be on the front. Will it spin in to be able to get their one? It's got to take a right-hand turn, but it won't, and it's going to be a steal of 1 for Japan. That one took off, and it's a steal and a 3-2 advantage for Japan after 4.
最後ね、千秋さんのとか。すごい曲がってた。
ドローはいきやすいけど。
幅取ってれば最後曲げる。
Do you like it?
Yep.
Okay. Which corner do we want? The curly turn or the straighter turn?
Probably the straighter one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
So-
easier to come around.
In turn.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, whatever you like. Yeah.
Okay. We threw to that wing a little bit, so I think the speed will be decent because we played around the guards in the last end there. Thinking you're just outside center line to get over there. I think your rocks are curling a little harder because they're slower.
Okay.
So I'll just make sure I'm giving you a little bit, like max side of the ice.
Okay, for sure.
Okay, guys, let's go. Let's have a good one here.
Yeah.
So far we've seen 3 points stolen here in our feature game, Japan taking on Canada. Canada stole 2 in the second. The third point was stolen by Japan in the fourth end. Means 3-2. So we play in end number 5.
No. Dana. You really gotta go. Okay.
Well, and the tick shot won't work there, so behind the 8 ball already will be Team Canada in this fifth end.
Okay. 3-9.
With that one going deep, do you like coming around? Do you like playing the hit? Looks like almost could be a hit indication or just a straight draw.
I think the broom's placed a bit lower on the house next to the L, so expect this to be the hit. Japan will be quite happy to just have a center guard and play here. Maybe get a cheap force on Canada. Being in the fifth end, it'd be quite nice to have the last rook back in the sixth.
We'll look over Sweden and Korea again over on sheet C. Battle of 3-win teams.
Same shot, or you want to blank now?
Looking pretty good so far for Sweden, scoring a 2. Getting their force, although it was a mistake by Kim Min-ji, had the shot for 2. But now a shot for 2 back for Silkeborg. Go 3 points up on the Koreans. Just draw to the 8-foot really. And I have not seen her miss any of these so far this week. Of course, two very good sweepers as well. Knockenhauer and Wallbags. They're just dusting it in. Can't remember seeing them having to go coast to coast either on those draws. Silkeborg seems to have a draw weight.
Sometimes just a little bit here or there.
Yeah.
4-1 there. Slide over Switzerland, Denmark 4-2 the score. Switzerland lying 1-2, very close on third. Doesn't really matter.
No, it's a draw to the forfeit for Madeleine Dupont. Knudsen and sister Denise on the sweep here. They're having to go a little bit harder than the Swedes. I'm not sure if they can drag it far enough. They need pretty much a piece of the forfeit here. Not quite.
Does cut it down to just a steal of 1 though. So 5-2 Switzerland leading Denmark after 4 ends on sheet B. Trying to hit roll in front. Maybe punch that one out. Just enough to get that one out of the rings. Just recap all the scores around here on the ice. 3-2 in our game on sheet A. Switzerland up 5-2 over Denmark. Sweden 4-1 up in the fifth over Korea. And Scotland 4-2 over Germany in the fifth end. They've traded singles after Scotland got a 3 in the first end over on sheet D. Trading hits to the back part of this house. One long center line guard.
Like bumper?
Sure. Should be there. You got this, Dina? Oh, yeah. It's there. Okay, bumper!
Clean. Yep. Clean. Clean.
Bumper, it's coming down.
we splashing?
I didn't punch that one out, but we'll hit roll out.
Expecting it to curl.
Now a chance to use that corner, that center line guard. Pardon me.
Stop expecting that. Expect it to do what everybody else is doing.
And no need to come too deep with this one. Bring it into the forefeit. There's a lot of room to come around, fish it out for Canada. You can just put a top 8, even top 12. It starts becoming a problem for Chelsea Carey. Going 8, so I think that would be back 4. Starting to come down a bit. Stops right on the tee line. A little bit too deep.
Whatever you like.
I don't mind that. Mom?
Okay. Does that look like a lot of ice? No. Okay. That's good.
Sarah Wilkes will try and get at that one.
Clean. Whoa.
Close.
Clean.
Yep. Yep.
Easy.
Hard. Hard.
And won't get by. Brought the guard into play. It's such a long guard. Didn't think it was that much of a factor.
Yeah, 12.
Good enough to touch it.
Sorry.
And now Japan can guard it up.
Just a little heavier, I think.
It's okay.
I don't understand what's happening.
I feel like that's much of the story for Canada so far this week. We're winning games, but
It's been a struggle in a couple of those.
yeah, just seemed a bit toothless. But I'm sure they can figure it out. There's still lots of time left, and when you're still winning on bad days, that's a good sign.
You're still winning.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And then you can build momentum and try and figure things out and just get into that playoff. Hopefully you have a couple of good games coming into it. And yeah, well, it's the same for most teams. Everyone's going to be a little bit up and down throughout the week.
You're playing 12 games.
Do you like
Yeah, don't
running
need to
it or
stress
double
out too hard.
peeling?
Like top
think
of a
it's
rock?
I don't think
Probably
I
a
can
little
get
tougher for
there.
Canada to make the
Okay,
trip
well, what do you like
over
then?
to Europe, playing a
I
lot of
said, do you like
international
the
teams. You
run
don't
or
know
the
them that
double
well.
peel?
Maybe even haven't played on this particular ice maker's ice before, and so on. Just a lot
Like
of
we
new
can run it and
factors.
roll to a corner.
Canadian teams, I assume,
Yeah.
for the most part, play a lot in Canada and playing a lot of Canadian teams.
I like
Familiar faces.
Got this, Sarah.
So just all small factors.
And then you add in the first time at a world championship for all of them outside of the country. The one Chelsea played in before was in Canada.
Saskatchewan.
In Saskatchewan Swift Current. Trying the run back here.
Okay, that's good, Sarah.
And we'll
Good, Sarah.
jam it.
Nice
Gets
shot.
it out in the open.
Good, Sarah.
Yeah, it's just all the small things, you know. It's time zone, family and friends might be asleep when you're awake. Food is different. Just all these things come into play a little bit. For some, it doesn't matter as much. Some people are just very comfortable at home.
There are always expectations from everyone around heading out that you'll come back with that medal in that championship.
Well, what Chelsea said yesterday was they felt maybe, for her anyway, felt feeling a bit less pressure because there's not that many Canadians here. So there's less press and so on. So you feel a bit more secluded almost, or just tucked away over here, and they can do their own thing. Not too much, not as much of a buzz around them as it was back in Saskatchewan. So that could be an upside as well.
True, it's probably a very different experience.
Yep. Well, there's no home support the same way either. And even if you're not playing at your home province, I think Canadians are a bit more used to curling and cheering on all teams.
Well, they stagger those guards out in front. I thought they might bring another one in behind.
too much.
Like a good 3/4, Chelsea.
Okay.
You don't even need to kill it.
No,
right?
that's what I'm thinking. Like back line, back 12.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so I'm thinking this is draw the button. Probably a hair less, but not a ton.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Like there?
It's a touch heavier. Well, like Farrah's, if it came down to 12 too, like I thought she threw
That's
this is a touch heavier.
Just from what I've seen, I saw yours and
Like back line.
Okay.
Try to get low, but as long as we get to the nose, it's not bad.
Like that, Chelsea.
Okay, what's the speed like here?
It's
Pretty.
just a titch heavier than
Like if she threw her
Underfoot.
hack that she threw here, it'd probably be back line, wouldn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so quite a bit heavier.
Well, Japan, a very strong hitting team. That's definitely a shot they prefer. Try and get
So think hackish.
Kitazawa
Yeah,
and
hackish.
company into a little bit of a draw
Stay
game.
down on this, Rochelle.
A
Just-
strategy
they
that
seem
Canada
to
will
be
try and get
jumping.
into.
Yeah.
Okay. Back line. Clean. Maybe a little more.
Whoa.
Yep.
No.
Back line.
No!
Dana.
Dana!
Hard.
Right up! Hard, Dana! All you got! All you got! All you got! All you got!
Really trying to sweep this to carve it in, get the curl, punch that one back. And they will move it back, get shot stone.
Really nice, Rachel. Good
It
weight.
was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quite good there, hey?
Yeah, no, it's slow for sure.
いけるかな
That's your first rock curls.
All of my rocks have been curling, so I feel like it's just me. Like we've overcurled everything on mine.
Your first ones just surprised me every time. Like, it jumped on the run back, it jumped on the through the hole, it jumped on
Canadians
this.
have played
Yeah,
with
maybe.
the same set of rocks just only a couple days ago on the same sheet. Played Korea, and they had some struggles in that game as well, but they should definitely have been picking up on if there's any differences on the stones, having the chance to match them in evening practice with their
Yeah.
alternate drill officer. You
And a
get to
full
play
game.
them in pre-game practice, and now you've played 1.5 games with it. Those kind of things should stand out by now.
Well, Kitazawa now needs to avoid the jam. Back and forth sweeping, trying to hold the line now. Tap it back, roll underneath, and will lie 1-2. Nicely done. They almost overswept it to carve it a bit.
That's nice weight control. So you never really had to kill that yellow as long as you make the roll. And with that soft weight, you get that curl in around the guard. Almost too much for Japan.
Well, they were just before the hog line, were sweeping the opposite side to get the curl. Now they're trying to hold it. Good combination of sweeping. Really makes calling line that much more tricky because you're calling to hold the line or get it to curl,
We have to move it though.
making sure you're calling the right way.
I was looking at this, like,
Okay.
straw here, and if you ever, like, if you have the line, you can maybe chisel it, but at least then we have more of the,
Yeah.
like, this looks easier to me than that.
Down here, this looks more makeable than back there, but it's
Like, I'm thinking you just draw here and have Dana carve it and try to just, like, you only have to tap it an inch
sure.
with this, and if you are close, you give
Yep.
up a steal of one worst case. I
Okay.
think this is an easier shot.
Let's make it.
Okay, so this is draw to the button. That's probably not far off.
So that last one, do you think was probably like here? Like I
last
carved
one?
it, so I
Yeah.
probably took it off a bit, but just through.
So the comment, this looks like it's a better chance at scoring.
Okay.
Like back four at the most.
Yeah,
and
because
Dana
you
can
see the
carve it and
buttons
try
more
to touch
open
it.
on
If you
this
don't touch
side,
it, it's
so
okay,
you're not
but
having to move that red very far at
Yeah,
all.
Throw back four
Not sure if they
then, so
like
she can, 'cause
the path as much, if it's a bit slower or a bit trickier. They haven't really figured it out, but
So just proportional from
yeah,
the one.
just more than enough curl. Just throw back 4 weight. Or Chelsea Carey doesn't even have to throw that. The sweepers can just try and finish it off if they have the line. That's essentially a button draw, and then you maybe take a smidge less ice than you would have to get to the pin, just so you can perhaps get that little tap.
Clean.
Need a nudge.
Really close. Back four. You can't.
Last stone here, fifth end.
Little back four. It's gotta be Dana. We're like out here right now.
It's
really coming off. Gotta go. Put it on the tee.
Just put it on the tee line. Go, go,
Need
go.
to touch the button. Get a good chunk of the button and give himself a chance. Won't get there, and it's another steal. But good effort, not quite enough.
I think it was there. We were nowhere
And
close
it
to the
is
guard, but we didn't want
a
to scare the guard too
4-2
close
lead now
either.
as we head to the fifth end break here of our featured game in session 7. Well, second end, Canada taking on Japan.
Close.
Big weight close. Yep.
Whoa, roll it.
Trying to make the hit and roll here. And Chelsea Carey makes a great hit and roll behind cover.
Pretty good.
Ended up being a steal there of 2. Trying to answer back in the third end. Ikue Kitazawa bouncing right back. The Japanese side able to rebound with the open draw to the house. Into the forefoot, gets a second point in the third. Canada gets the hammer back, and Kitazawa, chance here. Corner freeze, you can put the pressure on Canada, and this one just comes down and sits on the edge of that Canadian stone. Chelsea Carey electing to try across the face tap to try and score 2. Won't even get by the guard.
Okay.
Crashes and will slide just to the side, and it's a steal of 1 for Japan. Here's all the other scores here so far in session 7. Japan leading Canada, our feature game 4-2. Well, on sheet B, Switzerland up 5-2 over Denmark. Sweden doubling up Korea 4-2 and 6. And Scotland also doubling up on Germany 4-2 as they play in the fifth end.
あれは、あれでいいと思うんだけど、狙い方はね、いいと思うんだけど、ガードはね、もうちょい幅取ってもいいかなって俺は思った。ちょっと狭く見えた、あれはね。だって、石1個空いてもよかったからね。ただ、あそこはドローでいいかなって感じするけどね、ヒットロールもちろんあるんだけど、トップ4にドローの方がプレッシャーかかるし、その後の形もいいと思う。ガードすると多分こっちが空いてるから、カマーランドもあるし。結果的にね、伸びてこんなになったのはロールできたからいいけど。ドローンの方が簡単だったかな。
I said to Chelsea earlier, I was just going to make sure I was positive with it. I didn't really, sorry, I didn't mean that it was like, it just feels funny. Like I just don't, like, that's all.
I just need to call the line different for it. I'm anticipating it finishing more, but it's not. It's running the same as everybody else's for line, so just need to know that.
Okay. Okay, guys. Yeah.
Yes.
It's sure weight sensitive as far as the movement, right? Like,
It's getting worse too, I think, in general, like speed-wise.
Well, there's a big part of it it's coming off.
Well, but even like this, that's slow.
Well, it has been a steal game through 5 ends. 4-2, Japan leading Canada. Each have 2 stolen points. Overall percentage in favor of Japan, 83-74. As is draw percentage, 81-78. and hit 84-72 for Japan. And like I said, 2 stolen points apiece. The one deuce coming to Japan with the hammer in the third. And that's the difference in the game halfway through. A look at all 4 sheets in action. Silkeborg Sports Center here in Silkeborg, Denmark. Luke Coley with Sander Rovag. So we begin the 6th end, the LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. Canada has some work to do coming back as 4 unanswered points by Japan after an early steal by Canada in the second. Canadians trying to get a field. They
Line's good.
were able to battle out 2 wins yesterday, trying to
Not moving yet.
keep
Here
it
goes
going, win their
curling now
3rd in a
a
row,
little
while
bit. Still lots of
Japan's
room.
trying to snap a 2-game losing streak.
Line's not bad. Still like it to curl a bit.
Nice beat, Rochelle.
Really nice. Good judge, guys. Good, Rochelle.
Asumi Ishiguka, 77% on the tournament, 73% in the game. Now, don't get a lot closer to the rings without going in than that one.
That's not in, right?
I'm assuming it isn't though.
Okay. Half this weight? Yeah. Little big.
80% on the tournament, 89% for Rochelle Brown.
Close. Whoa.
Yeah, only really that misticked in the 5th end, the long guard. This would be normally a bit easier. The rock's so close to the rings. Just doesn't curl quite enough to hang around, I think.
Sorry, I adjusted for the way. It was 12-1. Okay.
But moves it off the center line.
Yeah, the good part, 5-rock rule in play, so Japan's still not allowed to peel that corner guard. If it was last season, definitely would have seen Japan just peel that corner, keep nothing in play.
I think Japan has to be happy with being able to go up, play the peel game.
It's important to keep those rocks in play if you're Canada.
Seina Nakajima skip throws the 2nd stones for this team. Into the top of the house. Either way, Canada's probably going to hit off of it at this stage of the end.
Take me out.
Okay. Think normal.
You got it, Dana.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Normal.
Close. Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, Rochelle. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sit. Oh.
Good throw.
Good, Dana.
And misses the back one, just rolls off to the side.
So close.
Is that weight good, Chelsea?
9-2.
Now Japan can go up and play the hit game. They do play that hit game very well.
Looks like they were considering playing the slash for a second, which would be pretty good to get the double and roll out. Even just peeling the corner, not too bad. Not sure if they're looking to stick around with this one. Don't think they really need to. Oh, actually gets the roll in. Didn't think they had that much room.
Rolls top 8 foot.
Same. Okay, you got it. Same weight.
Well, get a chance. Let's look over Scotland and Germany, and that's a lot of granite around the 4 foot.
Yeah, it looks like Germany's lying one here, and Lauren Gray is going to throw a bomb down the center line here to try and just rattle it around. See if the angles work out for them.
Real close, Dina.
No, it's just going to stick around, so steal of 1.
What was a 3-0 lead after one end? It's now 4-3 after 5 over on sheet D. Of course, that's Lauren Gray in skipping. Sophie Jackson out yesterday with an injury, and Lauren Gray taking on the full skipping duties here this afternoon.
Right beside it's ideal.
Mine ran nice, Sarah. Yeah, I think it'll be better to the wings. Yeah. Like that draw I was throwing last end that wrecked. Yeah. It's probably close weight, eh?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
So titch less than that here?
Maybe titch less will play.
Because this should be straight.
Yeah.
And pass.
Yeah, I agree. Rochelle's ran really nice.
Yeah.
A lot of conversation about it. You see the struggles, and you can sense it in the voice of Sarah Wilkes talking last end. 60% on the game, but 81 overall for the tournament.
Hard line, gotta go.
Shaking her head already here.
Hard, gotta go line. Hard, 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 hard. Bounce it off a little. Okay,
It's just not gonna
good sweep, guys.
do it
5-4.
now. She's gonna be thinking it even more mentally. That's the toughest time, is when you're not getting the results.
Yep, that's, you're just trying and trying and
Weight was close.
trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, weight was close. Sometimes it's not necessarily that all the mistakes are your own fault. You know, you might get the broom in the wrong place, so the sweepers could over under sweep a rock, and especially if you're playing badly and that happens as well, you start, it's hard to see that, and you keep second guessing yourself, even though other players on the team might make mistakes as well. It's a team game, every shot's a team shot, so it's important that everyone's able to pitch in when a player's struggling.
So Japan guarding ends up tapping that one up a little bit.
Okay. It's like back 8.
Okay. So where would that one have been? Like
Just
top 8?
Yeah, like right here. Yeah.
And this should be a bit slower.
I think so,
than the
Sarah.
path I was just in.
Essentially,
Line's close.
maybe a bit of a split here.
Close.
Could try and tap it as straight back as you can, or you can try and split them both in to lie second and third.
We're not even on it. Jesus.
No roll.
Well,
Bounce off.
start questioning it a little bit now.
Okay.
End up tapping that one behind the corner.
Nice throw,
That's
Sarah.
the look of a frustrated
perfect.
curler right now.
No roll. Bounce off. Nice throw.
Okay.
Well, felt like they kind of overswept that one for her, and that's exactly when I mentioned when things aren't going your way, and then you feel like your team's not exactly helping you. It's frustrating. But everyone's out there trying their best.
Trying to get that feel for it. We talked about familiarity. Not a lot of teams would have had any sort of idea about Kitazawa and this Japanese team playing 83% in the game. Youngster, Chelsea Carey and her team probably only familiar with a couple of, probably Hasselborg with Sweden, Switzerland, and USA and Jamie Sinclair. Probably been playing those at some of the events in North America.
Yeah, you could. Probably have half of that.
Is Japan line 2? Canada's have the hammer here in 6.
Yeah, it's a really good draw by Kitazawa in around the center guard.
Yeah, you want to roll so that we have this still though, right? Like to here.
Yeah.
Then she just puts it back, but we just have to hope she doesn't make it, right?
Yeah. We might have a shot for 3.
Yeah, I think you either run this, which isn't, we're probably not getting a deuce out of it, but at least we're for sure to have a shot for 1 if you make it. But if you don't make it, it's the same situation.
Yeah.
You like that?
I think so.
Okay.
What do you like it?
I don't mind it. I'm thinking like
we just saw it.
Yeah, I'm thinking like hack, just hack.
Okay.
We want to like make sure we get the 6 out of the 8 foot, right? Okay, I'm thinking there.
Okay.
Shouldn't do a ton. Yours went really straight.
Okay, you got it,
Sander, is it tough as a teammate with a player struggling and sort of fighting a bit like Sarah Wilkes?
We throw hack and just roll it away. Kill it.
To say,
second and
to respond yourself without
we want to roll it,
making
like,
her
take it
feel
almost
worse,
as far as
or
you can, Rochelle, as long as it's like
try to
don't
build
want it
her
to be in the way of
spirits
this
up.
angle run.
Yeah.
That's
I
probably
think this
my
is
last
when
shot, right?
you just try to be honest with each other. Just throughout the season, what you like to hear, what feedback you would like to get. Some players like a lot of feedback. Some players like to just not be peppered with a lot of correcting information. So they should know each other well enough to be able to know what to say and do. And sometimes if you don't feel like you're playing too well, it's good to focus on making the shots for your teammates. Starting to look pretty close here.
That one through, roll away. You saw Rochelle Brown sort of spinning on that one. Rather than get off and let Dana go, she was just already down. She just spun to the other side.
Shoot, overcooked it. Good sweeping.
Now it looks really good. What they were worried about here is leaving that yellow where they end up, because now they can't play that run back on the top yellow. Kind of lined up to redirect off the top red and onto the shot stone. Now that yellow rock's actually in the way, but they are second and third, so still a chance to score multiple here. Still have that corner guard that can run in.
Slide over and look at Sweden-Korea right now. 4-2 Sweden leading.
Tough draw for Hasselborg here. Line 1, that's a good news, but having to come pretty much sideways into the forfeit here to score your deuce.
Well, we said we haven't seen Nockenhauer and Maberg have to go end to end.
A little less real estate to work with this time. A little bit off and on. Definitely off here. Just hoping it's going to stop in time.
Look at that. They went a little bit early. Didn't have to do much late. And their third deuce of the game. 6-2 after 6. Textbook for the Olympic champs.
Yeah, starting to look really good here, Sweden. As we see Kitazawa just dead freeze her own rock here. That is not a bad shot. Sometimes you like a little bit of separation, but now that they're dead frozen,
I don't think you can spin that top one out.
No, and because it's over curled slightly, the corner guard run back makes it very hard to get those out of the forfeit. So I think she should have taken that corner guard run out of play, really, for
just
Canada.
Like back 8, back 4 even.
Yeah.
And I don't see.
Try and come down and try and
Thinking my first thought is edge. Is that too much?
spin off that top one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only for one though.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we could like throw weight and just make that double.
I don't mind edge of 4.
Let's go here.
Yeah.
Go on
Like
that
that.
yellow. What double? Oh, because
You gotta hit it pretty thin.
Yeah, she
We gotta
got
get
that
through
in
there, but
a perfect spot.
I think
Took away a lot of options.
He's just chipping right I don't think this is in the way.
Could you run the red in the top 12 foot onto
I
the
think
yellow,
it's in-
just
I think it's
thrown
in the
by
way
Chelsea
enough that
Carey,
we can't
then
get to
onto the
here.
reds?
So you're just going to there.
Probably could. Is it 4? More than 1 though? Maybe for
I don't think
two.
it's there.
Possibly.
Is that worth the risk when you're 2 down to go potentially 1 or 2?
Just get
I mean,
through
to
the
go
hole and
3 or
try to
4
chisel
down.
off it.
Or you can play the
Heavy draw, like
simpler
back
shot,
8.
which is fairly makeable. You score 1, and now it's just a 1-point deficit.
Okay, so speed's nice here
I think
still.
it makes a
so
lot
should
more
be
sense if you look at the
similar, like,
scoreboard.
just proportional to what I just threw you, hey?
Yeah.
It was
They got a
probably
score.
hack, nice
Yeah.
hack.
Yeah, that was nice hack.
Just hack, yep.
Okay.
Spent a little bit of time here, too.
It's almost 7 minutes difference in time between those two sides. Normally bang 3.5 minutes an end.
Yeah, so 19 would have been halfway after 5 ends. Just an end 6 here.
You get 1 timeout, so they'll have to be aware of that later on in the game as well.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yes! Hard!
Whoa! Get off it! Hard!
Got to get through the hole, chisel off, and sit on the button. Look at that. I think they wanted that score, knew how important it was. Chisel off, get their 1. Canada.
Get off it!
Yeah.
Little intensity there. Chisels off. There's the 1 for Canada.
I like seeing that intensity. Haven't seen too much of it yet this week from Canada, so it's good to see that come out.
4-3. Japan leads, gets the hammer back, heading to 7.
Let's make some shots.
before.
Let's make some shots.
You still won.
Yeah. I only need to steal 1. Out turn?
Yeah, whatever you like.
It's just nicer speed.
Okay.
Tight or long first. I don't know if she's playing ticks or not. We have no book on them that way, but maybe long first, just in case she does. Do you like that, or doesn't matter to me?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go, girls. いつもの投げじゃなかった。
That's
Mine's
tight.
okay.
That's tight.
It's a 3.
Whoa,
Tight?
it's even like, no, it's not.
No, I gotta go for 3, I think, right?
You can go tight if you have
We
to.
are.
Line. Okay, line's
We're
nice.
tight, we're tight.
Not moving.
It was an important score for Canada in that 6th end. They needed to get on the board,
Line's good. 5-8.
get that single point,
Good
cut
job.
into the lead.
Good judge.
Big shot from Chelsea
Nice
Carey.
shot.
Japan, though, has the hammer now as we play 7. This is session 7. Our feature game, Japan and Canada. Tight center line guard. Ishiguka try and come right around. Well, we're early in the 7th end. We'll take a look at the last of the 6th. Lauren Gray for Scotland. Give up a steal as a 1-point lead. They lie 1 just on the side of the button. And the now Scottish skip stepping in for the injured Sophie Jackson. Throwing that. Those final 2 stones. Gotta put this one on the side of the button. Try to keep this one going, get past that top yellow. And get by, and we'll get the 2nd point. So very nice. 6-3, Scotland leads. Great draw from Lauren Gray in Scotland.
Sorry, guys.
Keep you up to date. Switzerland and Denmark, 6 and 5-2 the score. Denmark has that one right on the button. Madeline Dupont, opportunity for 2. Draw the forefoot for a second point. Home country here at this World Championship. Sweepers right off of this one. Needs to stop in the forefoot. And it slides by and will roll off. Steal, or just the one, pardon me, doesn't get the second point. 5-3, Switzerland leads Denmark after 6. Well, Kenner with the 2 centers here in our feature game. Japan says, okay, we'll draw 2 right in behind.
Around all of it? Okay. Back button, back 4. Okay.
Does that really help us? I don't think that helps us at all. Okay. I think tapping this one does. You want to talk about it then? We don't have much time. Do you like just tapping that one or no?
This one?
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, it looks like it's, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, lots of conversation, but
tap it back 8.
Not as much time for the Canadian side to take that extra little bit and talk things over.
Yeah, never really want to be rushed when you're playing curling.
Wait's good.
Yep.
Back 12.
Whoa. Whoa. Close.
Back 8.
Whoa.
Back 8.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Rochelle.
Like a bit of insecurity plus time limitation. That's never a good combo.
You'll see 13.5 minutes. 4 ends to play.
Yeah, should be fine. I don't think they're going to be
just straight there.
struggling too hard, but
still do have their timeout.
I don't think they can afford to be discussing too much on the front end stones.
They play that, they tap, they roll away. Can't hold the shooter, hits, rolls out.
Do you like that same weight over here? Just coming around?
I think so.
Yeah. Just a titch less over here? Okay. I don't think proportional less, though.
No. Line's close.
Weight's close. 8. All there right now. Back 8.
Lots of room.
Back 4. Curl. Back 8, back 4.
Do you need this?
No, we're like beside it.
Okay, go Sarah, you can.
I'd rather try to carve it in there.
Yeah, you might as well go. Yep, keep going. Okay, whoa. Okay. Let's tighten that ice. 13-9.
That's it. Shoot. I got 95.
Only 1 point game, but
Don't have any curl.
you think it's aggressive to play in there?
Like
Possibly look at peeling if you're Japan?
Okay.
Yeah, 7th end. Make the double peel on center guards. Might even keep the blank alive. I guess they just don't want to be forced here, so going hard for their 2. We have seen quite a lot of fearless Japanese teams in the past.
Yes, that is correct. Sometimes that can frustrate teams that play a lot when you're seeing calls that you don't normally expect.
Yeah, you're expecting, well, if you do this, they'll do this safe call, and then we'll...
They played that.
What? They played the draw? Uh-oh.
Can throw you off when you're thinking 3-4 shots in advance, and none of the ones you think they're going to play, they play.
Yeah, expecting the defense, and then all of a sudden comes the offense, and it's the classic saying: best defense is
good offense.
Yeah. And sometimes that's definitely true for the Japanese.
Well, that one will come up short, trying to play in, so puts another guard out in front. Canada can get one in behind. Problem is they've really been fighting it to try and figure out how to get us the proper result on these stones, especially Sarah Wilkes in the game.
Line's close. Michelle, a little. Top 4.
Yeah.
Line's good.
Room. Top 4. Room. Top 4. T.
Wait only.
Room. T.
Back 4. Whoa then.
Whoa.
Top. Line's great. It's
T.
just
T. T.
Whoa.
Finish a bit, Dana.
Good spot. Nice throw, sir. 14. Getting better there, eh?
Yeah. Sorry, I hadn't seen it, so I was like, I don't know.
The continuation of communicating what things are doing, what the weight is.
Good. I hadn't seen one, so I didn't know. I was like,
That's okay. It's good there.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is good there.
Good sweep.
Really nice. Yeah.
Another Canadian in the background there.
Yeah, through. World champion himself, multiple positions. Wayne Maddaw coaching the Swedish team.
And here comes the peel from Japan.
And the peel comes, but they lose one of their own in the process, so Canada still lies 1. Looking more like a force position now. Thought the peel might come on the previous stone.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times from this Japanese team. The defense shot sometimes comes a shot or two late. Kind of invest themselves a lot in an end, and then start trying to break it up when it's a bit too late.
Don't need to for line.
Can still open it up though. It's not bad. Well, like you say, it's looking more and more like a force now.
Oh, Rochelle. I think it's just top 8. Top 8.
Yep. Yep, keep going. It's getting close. Keep going, 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 keep going. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Nice, sir.
Good weight.
Just trying to curl the weight. Weight to my right.
Well, we have our first final out on the board. It is Switzerland picking up a big victory. They defeat Denmark, so Switzerland improves their record to 2-2, drop Denmark to 0-4. Japan like the run back. Thoughts on that?
Well, the good part here is you can catch it a bit high, running onto that Yellowstone just played by Canada. You can roll the shooter away, get it even more in the open. You might leave yourself with another red in there. I think it's more about scoring now for Japan.
Oh, almost catches that back one at the same time. But opens up that 4-foot path. Everything behind the tee line in the house now.
Yeah, not bad.
Middle? I think that should be close.
Okay. I think it's fine. Especially as a guard, like they can only come down in the house.
Mine seems to be sliding nice here.
Yeah.
Straight guard it.
Okay.
Sweep for tight, even if it bites 12 foot, it's okay as long as the line's close.
Okay.
It's all line. It's a little less ice than Sarah's.
Okay.
But I'm thinking it'll be similar speed to her path.
Okay. What did you get on it?
4.5.
Okay.
So probably not the fastest spot on the sheet, but decent?
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Exactly, Chelsea.
Okay. Okay, tight.
Okay, halfway.
Get it early. Yeah, Dana. Okay, line's good. Okay, 3. Whoa.
Line's good.
Line's
Good.
good. Yep.
Needs to curl.
Finish it a hair.
Keep going, keep going.
You're, well, yep. Good.
Good sweep.
Good. Nice. Good sweep. I slid slow, but I thought I gave you a
Putting
pretty
the
good
guard,
extension.
putting Japan into a
どこまで?
tough multiple point score. Canada really liking the way they can probably force in the end.
T の上って感じかな。
I was probably hoping to bring that guard a bit closer.
そこまでいったら多分くっつけるし。
Not sure if it would have been the end of the world to put that even in the house. Does leave a chance for Japan to potentially score 2 here.
ハンドルが。
変わってないもんね。
変わってない。
あれ広いか。
あー前当たっちゃうよりはいいと思うんだよね。最後入ってくるから。
Kitazawa, I put this one right down to it. Get him behind that guard. Find a way to get a skips deuce.
ちょっと待ってるかな。
あ、待ってるんだったらもう。
6、7、7。
周りはいいかな。7でも大丈夫だよ。
うん。
ちょっと待ってる。ちょっと待ってるよ。まだ待ってる。まだ止まってきたよ。まだちょっと幅があるわ。あ、まだちょっと自力あるな。14.1。
Time
まだ
looks
自力ある
pretty
よ。
close.
あ、ナイス。ナイス。ごめん。
That really grabbed. I thought it was going to slide a lot further than that.
Yeah. To pull up a bit in the end. That's
Yeah, I think
pretty
probably needs to move
perfect
it,
spot for the draw.
You're never killing this, right?
Yeah,
Like hair
just
high
out of hand,
goes,
dead
like
weight.
back 4.
Sweepers didn't really have to do
I like
anything.
it. I think we need less ice than I just had. I'm thinking
Harder
like here. What do you think?
because they left it
Is that still too much?
on the
No,
tee
I
line.
don't think it's
It's
too much.
hard to freeze it and get
That's
shots
probably
going here
close.
for Canada.
You got it.
I either have to sit on the corner or actually tap it a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. They're jumping on it. Sure.
Because of the stones behind,
Like
it's very
back
hard to
4.
tap it out of the forefoot.
Just stay sort of 3/4 on the high side. They might still be shot, but they likely will still be shot. But we gotta just make her draw as hard as we can. Okay, so this should be just proportional, hey?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, this stage need to be
Back 4.
picture perfect. Freeze this one right onto it for the 2-time Canadian champion.
Clean. Team. Whoa.
Whoa, Dana.
Whoa.
No.
Back 4.
No.
Rochelle. Back 4.
Hard, Rochelle.
Hard. Easy.
Keep going.
Easy.
Whoa, whoa, Dana.
Yep. Hard.
Hard, straight.
Hard.
Really hard, really hard.
Good. Good call.
I'll tap it back. Still leave that redstone shot.
Yeah, overcooked it a touch. It was hanging out there forever. Good sweeping.
Sometimes hard when you're trying
Yeah, it's
to
pretty good.
manipulate the curl of the stone by sweeping with the curl.
Couldn't have done a whole lot better
Say they
than that. I don't
overswept
think
it a
we
little
were
bit. You're
shot.
going
They
real
were
hard early
rolling
thinking
up
you
so
need
far,
it to
which is
curl,
the
and
most
then
fair.
you got to try and hold that momentum of it curling.
It's a pretty good shot overall, but it's LGT logo very much in the open.
気分にはいいけど、暑いと。
Draw for 2. She just made the first one out of hand.
Yeah, put this one on the lid. You can take 2 to the bank. Well, final stone here, 7th end. Everyone all on her own on her first. This one T-line. looks pretty close.
We'll see if this one pulls up the same way the first one did.
It's going to have to stop. Got to catch a piece of the button. Just a little more weight. And a single point only for Japan. They will increase their lead, though, 5-3 after 7 ends.
This rock handle, excuse me,
Sweeping.
this rock handle's loose. Could a nice technician just,
I think
it's
exactly what
mine,
you said.
so.
But not, yeah, like somewhere in between this. But like to me, that feels underfoot, like this. When I threw it, I was heavier. That felt like a 13, like 12-9 even. This path feels like a low 4, and this one feels like a in the middle, like a 3-8, like a high 3.
Yeah, it's looking like to me too.
Yeah, it felt to me exactly like what we talked about. I thought it was exactly what it was.
中でガードで
あ
2つでもいいか
T63
どうだろうね
あれかいいとこ決まったらこっちにした方がいいか
近い3で
OK
OK
A single point only for Japan. Here's we play the 8th end. Watching live coverage of our feature game, Japan versus Canada, the LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. Luke Coley joined with Sandra Rovag. First stone for Japan, just to the top of the house. Canada going to go hard to get their 2 now.
Well, they kind of need to. And of course, you play a good end. You might even score 3. So far, only singles and deuces on the scoreboard.
Mine's nice.
And the second end, Canada started out, got that 2 via steal, played a really good end, a great finish on the hit and roll. But haven't really managed to do much, generate much offense the rest of the game.
Yeah, a little bit slow starters.
Good throw. Just came down.
I think their experience might help them out, though, last couple of ends.
Slight advantage at the lead position for Rochelle Brown, or Ishiguka, 84%. Canada knows they got work to do to try and come back in this one. Japan's not going to give it to them.
Probably just that 13.
Okay.
Well, it's definitely been a strategy Canada's employed throughout the tournament so far, is this tick shot. Michelle's been better than most in playing it. Obviously, that's their strategy. They played it a fair amount.
It's got a chance. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Hard to touch it, hard to touch it, hard to touch it.
Good.
Touch that one off.
Yeah, 12-2.
A little more weight than I
good
think
call,
they were
guys.
hoping for. Rolls it in the house.
Yeah, still pretty good though. Gets that guard off the center line. That is a corner, the red one. It's a pretty wide one, but usable. And by spinning into the house, Japan needs to deal with it, so things very much in the open. But the guard they do have up front is a bit long.
To the wide side there, over to the other side of the ice surface. All 4 sheets in play. On sheet D, it's Scotland and Germany. 6-3, Scotland leading the 7th end.
And I think Germany line 3 here. And this would be a draw to score 4. Danielle Jens take the lead. Quite a comeback.
You said you can score lots of points with the 5 rock for free guard zone rule. And just like that, you don't see many open draws for 4. 7-6, Germany now leads Scotland, their first lead of the game after 7 ends of play.
Good, Dana. 16.
Definitely a well-deserved
Pretty
high five all around. A slide over Sweden and Korea, 7th end. 6-2, Sweden leading. Chance though. Hit here for Korea.
Yeah, seems like Sweden's line shot stone just barely. Kim Min-ji just looking for the nose hit. And they can score 2 back. Missed an opportunity in the 3rd end with an open hit for 2. This one hanging a bit high as well, but just good enough.
Comparison of the seconds. Seina Nakajima, 82%. Dana Ferguson down at 73. Both players lower with their draw game.
Line's really good. Longer the better.
Just short of your broom.
Canada trying to get the guards in play.
Over curling it. No, line's really good. Line's really good. Great judge, guys. Good, Dana.
Sarah. Good.
Think we go one more, or do you want to go now?
Good. Nice. Like slower one.
How long does Canada wait till they make a move in the house now?
Well, might make a move in the next one. They might throw one more guard, but I don't think they'll wait much longer than that. You never know with this Japanese side. They could switch gears on you real fast.
Back here.
Yeah.
And they will
It's
make
not
a
the
move
easiest
right
rock
here.
to peel, so.
Yeah.
Back 8.
Okay. Do you guys like doing that now, or do you want to do it one later?
I actually don't mind it.
What do you
I just
think?
feel like we're giving them too many chances at that double.
Okay. So you want to do it later?
We could also go around the red one, you guys.
We could.
Canada
Yeah,
still
that might be a call.
lots of conversation. No, they need to try
If
and
you like this, I'm fine with it. I don't really care.
set up a
Like,
2.
none of them are really good. So
I'm fine with this. We know the weight, right? From watching.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the most
Can I
positive
just have a bit more with this rock?
thoughts from Sarah Wilkes when she goes to throw the stone. It's see the time now, 9 minutes.
Okay, good. I like it.
I don't care and I don't know.
Back forward.
Is always
Line's good.
the best comments to be throwing out there, especially for your teammates as well. You don't want to be affecting them in a negative manner.
All the way back here. Line's good.
Tough to stay positive sometimes, but
Yeah.
you just need to forget about what's happened and look forward,
Go to finish it. Go, go,
one
go.
rock at a time.
Never off, never off, never off, never off, never off, never off. Good, good sweep. Good,
Goes
Sarah.
just to the side of the 4-foot.
Good,
Did
Sarah.
see their time. It was 9 minutes. They still do have their timeout. Obviously, get to the late couple ends scenario where they need to, but the front end, I'm sure we'll see moving relatively quick for Team Canada to try and save as much time as possible.
どっちでも大丈夫。ラインが分かる方で。
So it is thinking time. So as soon as they kick out the hack, pretty much the clock will stop. Before we used playing time, and you would be penalized for playing a lot of draws. So that was a very good rule change. That'd be tough if you're struggling on time and you had to score. You had needed to score a 2 or 3 or steal. You're just playing draws all game, and you don't have time for it. So yeah, it's good that we're down to thinking time. I don't think anyone's objected it in the years it's been.
Able to get to that one, will punch that Canadian stone out. Japan can hold their shooter. Don't think they're too concerned at that point that they lost their shooter on that.
And yeah, that would make a difference. Yeah. Okay. Hair more.
Yeah.
Hair, yeah.
Comparison of the thirds, and huge advantage for Matsumura over Wilkes, 88 to 61.
Mine's good.
Wilkes low on both numbers and just
Back 4.
Gotta be back
has not had a comfortable look to her the entire game.
Lots of line.
Back 4.
Rochelle's rock.
Back 8.
Rochelle's rock.
Right. Back 8. Finish
You
it.
need to sweep it if you can.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yep.
Nope.
Gotta
I'm gonna
finish.
touch back 12.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Good throw.
Now, Sandra, is that a case of
Those rocks aren't not.
stones? Is it the ice? In her head? Is it lots of combinations of things?
It shouldn't be the stones, like I mentioned. They've played almost 2 full games with this set, and she didn't like her stones. She can trade them away, with, at least with the front end players. Try and throw a different pair. I'm not sure if they have switched the stones in this game. I haven't heard them talk about it, but it's just more about second guessing yourself and just becoming unsure and not able to stay positive. You got to celebrate those little wins. When you make those half shots, you should be try to be pleased with them instead of seeking perfection when you're having a bit of an off day. It's just a bit of a dark hole to sink into.
だったら結構硬そうね。
あ、料理入ってたか。
うん、そうね。ハンバーあそこにつけるか。
ここでも悪くないか。
うん。ここならいいか。持ってもいいか。1点取らせる分で。
うん、オッケー。5。5まで。
そんなに入んなくていい感じ。後ろの黄色よりは入ってたい。
Where do you go with this one?
伸びるんだったら。
I'd be tempted to follow
ま
that
あ、4
rock.
でも悪くないわ。
Just thrown by Wilkes. Could even just come all the way down frozen. He'll be sitting 3. You take both those yellows are in the house out of play. I think that with the broom, that might be what they're playing. Because right now there's a double on the reds. Maybe bring that nibbler into scoring position. So bring it deep, get some separation, and if you can glue it on the back yellow, you're in really good shape. Canada can probably only score 2 at max. But this seems to be a pretty straight draw just around the corner.
Nice. あ、ごめんごめん。14.8。
It's not bad either.
Comparison of the fourth stone throwers. Kitazawa 80,
Okay, so I'm thinking
Carey at 79.
your ice maybe even a pinch more because we got to stay on the center line side.
Yeah, where was I?
You were here on the second one. I'm thinking like
5-3
there. Do you like
lead for Japan.
We're quick, but it's not as fast as it was like when we were coming off. Yeah, but it feels pretty good. Yeah, it's like that in between pass kind of. Yeah, which has been talking about. We have to tap this. So.
And with the struggles and the frustration from
Wilkes,
Wilkes,
Okay.
Chelsea Carey's still got to get her information about what's going on.
Is still nice, eh?
Of weight, she'll talk to her front end.
4.8 on that. 4.7. I think.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Okay, so same that I threw, like same weight as when I threw here before.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have the line, we can move it like an inch or 2, but
Okay.
sweep for a dead freeze top
Okay,
4.
we got this, Chelsea.
Just that hair off. The corner freeze is such a tough shot. You have to be so precise.
Well, they're always hitting that yellow. The question is, which way do you want to roll? Might be tempted to roll in behind their own red top 8 here. The in-turn draw is not there. Could roll in behind that top yellow.
What if you go half in behind that top red?
Yeah, you might leave a sort of a double. They could use that redstone nibbling the forfeit as a catcher then maybe. You could roll to the right, but you actually leave maybe a very similar shot to what Chelsea Carey played just 2 ends ago. I think we'll keep both options in mind though, just depending on how this throw works out for them. Seem to set that one back a bit. Quite a lot of weight. Is this on the top red, I wonder? Well, not that bad, but it rolls out. It's a little bit scary.
Look at the rotation.
Was that ever close? A couple of inches.
Well, Chelsea Carey's got the same shot now with her last shot of the 8th. Chelsea Carey needs the 4-foot now. Get that single point. Playing the 8th end.
Mine's good. Yeah, you can go. Hey, I'll let you judge. Mine's great. Half in the 4. Curling. You gotta go, Tina. Hard. You gotta go, Tina. Hard. You gotta go.
They gotta get it to the 4-foot here.
Right up, right up, right up, right up.
Big scrub. Gotta go get it in the 4-foot. And they'll get it just far enough. Brown Ferguson make that one for their skipper. Get their single. 5-4, 2 ends remaining. Japan will have the hammer heading to the 9th end of our feature game.
Good.
Yeah, good end, you guys.
Couple guards again.
Yeah.
She didn't tick the last time.
Yeah.
She went around, so we could throw the tight one first if we wanted.
Okay. Sure.
In theory, she won't tick it again. I mean, she might, but.
All right.
ビッグだね。ですね。まあなかったら後ろだね。うん。言ってんの？それでもね。ラインぐらいだね。出ちゃいそうここ。今滑ってるから。13から12半。早くて12半だとちょっと早そうな感じ。
Mine's good.
Be close.
We are on sheet A, our feature game. Canada taking on Japan. Japan has a 5-4 lead.
Weight's close.
It's really warping.
Okay, it should be good.
And Japan has
Like, you
last
go for mine
stone
a little
here
if you can. Just keep it straight.
and number 9.
Nice, 5.5.
Good, good talk.
And Canada wasn't sure, heard the word. We don't have a book on what this team does, whether they play the tick or not. It looks like we're seeing the tick right now. Are you a fan of the tick shot? There's lots of people that don't think it's that effective in a regular end of a play.
I think when you play a tick shot, there's maybe a better chance you score. I don't think there's a better chance you necessarily blank an end, because you end up leaving a lot of shrapnel, a lot of corner guards around, and there's always something to come around. But yeah, if you make them, you should be easier to score. If Japan's happy to go 2 up without in the 10th, it's maybe one way to go. And of course, you do end up with some corner guards. You could maybe go for your 2 without too much danger. But you know, there's going to be a couple more center guards coming your way.
Line's good. Not curling yet.
Okay, wait.
So it'll be
to your
a
broom.
bit of a cat and mouse here. See who switches gears first.
Yeah, just on its own, I think. It looks pretty close.
So you might see Canada throw center guards, Japan peel them, and then you never know when Japan just feels like coming around before Canada does. There's a counter in the house for Japan. It's also a bonus. Roll that first one into the rings. What's your opinion?
I think in this scenario, it's good. You open it up, it gives you a chance to go for a good opportunity to get some corner guards and stuff to hide. I'd agree. I don't think it's going to get you a blank end. It's going to give you your chance to a less risk chance at 2. As long as you make it.
Yep, and that's the big if. And this one is not quite made. The problem here a little bit is, yeah, they've taken away both the pass to the forfeit, rolling that to the left, so there's no natural button draw as it lies.
Bite 12 foot's okay if it's buried, but just go for tight.
I'm gonna assume this pass okay.
Yeah.
Let's slide over and look. What is now a 7-6 Germany lead over Scotland. Lauren Gray facing 2, possibly 3.
I think maybe 3. So clearly the momentum's shifted quite a bit in this game. This is a bit of a must make for Lauren Gray. You make it, you're tied.
Sure. Line's holding.
We're curling now.
Curling now. T-line, guys.
It's really good. Go,
T-line.
Sophie Sinclair, Melly Smith just trying to drag this far enough. It's looking pretty good.
Good, Lauren.
Swept it more than enough in the end. It's a single point for Scotland, tied game after 8.
7-all, that's a big point to be scored. Nakajima looking to peel a couple of these yellows out.
Just urging that one out.
Didn't quite want to listen to the broom.
Around it now.
That does help a bit though.
Like
Opens up the
guarding
left-hand side.
I like guarding it.
Okay. Little deeper than the red.
Leaves the red rock as pretty much a center guard for Canada though. So you can see them now guarding it.
Let's look over Sweden and Korea. Hit here, you got to cross the face of hair. Avoid the jam.
Yeah, 1.5.
I saw a similar situation with
Hold the line a bit.
Kim Min-ji earlier in the game.
Wait,
She did cross the face and ended up jamming it. Only got the 1.
We're not past it.
This one's definitely not wide. Sweeping it really hard to hold it. How far will it roll? I think too far.
Just the single point for Sweden, 7-4 after 8. Still good position there, but they don't get the 4th deuce of the game that they're hoping for.
黄色赤入ってるでもそれ後ろに隠される位置だよねどういうことこれそれさ黄色だけ切った後さ赤の後ろまだあるよね隠せる感じじゃないあるそれも一緒に切っちゃった方がいいんじゃない
So
これでしょ
might be the switch of gears here. That's what they're discussing.
結構ね
Do we peel or just come around everything?
ブラシ2本分ぐらいあるやるんだったらこっちかなって思うけど
Always good to just discuss it in front of your opponent, so scare them a bit, saying, well, we might be thinking about coming around if you throw one more guard.
Play the games that way.
Yeah, a little bit of a mental game. Chelsea Perry might not be as comfortable throwing the guard on the next one.
Trying to see if they can get one, maybe two. Oh. Go right by that second one, right between your 2 red stones.
Wonder if the shooters ended up in a spot where it's a bit tough to draw now.
Be very close. It's just on that Pioneer logo out. Just be on the hog line.
And of course, that could be tough for Canada as well to come in there. They're obviously having to come into the forfeit at some point. For now, they're going to throw another guard. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move with maybe Sarah's second rock.
Yeah, looks like lots to me. Just pass. Just let it sit. It's trying. To your broom. Dana, if you can a little, yeah.
You see that's the corner guard on the Pioneer.
A little bit.
That might be.
Good spot.
That's
very nice.
a bit snug.
Good judge.
Go past that one and the redstone top 12.
They might mix up their plan, come around now, play that out, turn around, try and lie too.
Play the out and say, okay, Canada, if you want to play the in, be my guest. Japan have been a little more efficient with their time, so they can afford these kind of discussions.
Well, Japan's definitely eaten up a bit more time in the late. It's a little bit closer now. 7.5 minutes and counting. Still good amount of time left.
The way they're lining this up, it looks like they're wanting to remove both the stones along the center line, meaning their own rock top 12. Wonder if they might be looking at the slash as well.
Go thin off the side one. We'll go right in between again.
Coming around? I think you gotta go around, yeah, I like this.
And
So
they will make a draw this time.
I think so. Yeah, we threw out here, like.
And you can see the in turn's not really there.
It's fine.
Line's close.
Pretty close. Close line.
T. Yep, line.
Going a little bit wider.
Line's good.
Okay, really tiny. Go then.
All you got,
Might be a
line's
bit
great.
slower.
Line's good.
Different path.
Line's great, every inch.
I haven't really seen this
Every
path a
inch.
lot.
Keep going, keep going.
This one's really dying on them just past that guard.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, 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 go. Good sweep, guys. Okay, that's good.
Big scrub just to get it top 12 foot.
No, Easter could have been. That was my first thought. Yeah. Because we hadn't. I thought it would be good out there.
Yeah, pretty slow, eh?
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out if that yellow might jam on the back red. I think, at least from this look, I think it's going to go through the hole.
Yeah, this could work out quite well if you're able to make the hit and roll both those reds, punch that yellow one through the hole.
Depends on how cute you want to be with it. Throw just big weight to just try and blast them out. You could play softer weight, and as you say, maybe even keep both the reds in the rings. That would put a lot more pressure on Canada. Or you can just throw pretty solid weight and just catch pretty thin. And at least you spin the one red onto the rings, or deeper in the rings.
Okay.
Maybe afford to lose your shooter here. But that red next to the broom might hit that yellow and then spin a bit deeper into the house. Catch it too thick though, it's going to spin all the way through.
Yaki Matsumura.
Oh, barely caught anything.
Just pushed that yellow in, and it's looks like it's shot stone now. Canada catches a bit of a break.
That's a big break. Wow.
Yeah, I think a hair less because we got to get by that. I'm thinking like here. Do you like that?
It was running nice the other
I think this is
I think if you're Japan, even if you give up a steal of one here, you're tied coming home. It's not the end of the world.
I'm just thinking back to when we threw it.
It looks way better from here.
Okay.
I don't think you mind the risk
Doesn't look possible from
of
down
trying
there.
to score two.
I think that's max ice. What do you guys think?
Okay, like after mine, I just ran so straight, so I don't know. But I feel like once it gets in the slide pack, it's gonna curl.
Like what's better, two up without or tied
Even
coming
if it's
home
back four,
with
like
hammer?
just
Yeah, that's another thing that
I'm thinking this
they're
can't
just starting
be
to
super fast.
generate all the analytics on based on a season of
Probably
the 5-rock free guard zone rule. And a lot of the stats are based on an 8-end game. Similar idea coming
more
home.
than the
Net
average
pass.
pass.
Yeah, you're in
Okay,
between
I like that.
But how many games do you get to that point where seeing teams actually don't mind giving up a single point to be tied, and also going up two.
Nice one tracking on them.
Roll it to center.
It's on that corner.
Whoa, whoa.
Wow.
They weren't sure if it was there. She thought in the hack it was definitely there.
Okay. Weight was probably
How much is available of that Yellowstone? Probably not enough to go after it.
Sorry. It's okay. Weight looked good out of your hand.
Yeah, the weight would have been probably.
1点でも悪くないもんね。
だってさ、この裏がある。
最悪ね。ロールして。
じゃあ相手がね。
今やっといてるのいいだろうし。いやー、どうじゃない？
I think if you chase that yellow in, if you could see it, make the hit, even make the double for that matter, and sit three, you're still leaving a center guard and some stagger rocks for Chelsea to come around, so you might as well get there first.
Well, we know that interim path is there now.
Yeah. It opened up.
Did say it was, when it went to that spot, it could be a trouble position to get around. Kitazawa, half one around. Top 4 foot at most with this one. And that one comes down nicely. Look at the finish right to the top of the 4 foot. That's a great spot.
Okay, do you think I can get there enough to move this and be shot? Because I think the only other option we have is to try to.
Or this.
Yeah, just straight roll.
Do you have any of it?
No, I don't think so.
It's overburied.
Maybe?
You'd have to throw like
Back line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's dead buried.
I don't think you can with this turn.
Okay.
We could tap this.
Yeah.
There's that. Like we have.
Or
not
that.
we have.
I don't think you have a ton of the 5 either.
Does this look the best from down there?
Yeah, that looks makeable.
Okay. I think the out turn. Do you?
Yeah.
I
think they can back it up.
Yellow.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'm thinking we go here.
Yeah. Half a rock.
Yeah.
I think it might be.
2/3.
I think half's pretty
Half?
close.
Okay.
I'm just throwing normal, I think, right?
Normal? Okay.
Yeah, I think so, because we don't want a whole bunch of action.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. Normal.
Okay.
I think this should go really straight.
Okay. Yeah. Just a straight roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no
I
double.
wasn't sure. I don't know
Yeah.
the angles down there. Okay.
No, just normal.
So straight roll in behind.
Half a rock's pretty close, I think.
Okay, Chelsea,
Tough
make
one.
it.
That one for
Just
Kitazawa went
have
to a
pins
real
more.
nice spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, any deeper, you can freeze on it, play it in off. If any, even just slightly more open,
well,
Carey can chase it and tap
Yep,
it. But
yep.
yeah,
Hard. Hard.
huge problem for Canada where that ended up.
Knowing the hit and roll, trying to get that one to back up. They will
Okay.
hit the back one, leaving the open draw for 2.
Sorry, I thought I actually overset that. That curled a lot. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries, Chelsea. Good toss.
Holy.
That's fine.
Didn't expect that to do that.
It was a 10-5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it was when I let it go.
Yeah.
And that 10-5, that's the hog-to-hog time on that teams use, just to differentiate the weight of how much they think they're going to curl. And curled definitely more than she was expecting.
She seemed surprised when Sarah Walk said 10-5. I don't know if they were looking to throw more. Might have been a bit slower out there than they were expecting.
Well, Kitazawa needs to get a piece of the 8-foot. Matsumura, Ishiguka on the heads down all the way on this one. Make sure they get it to the heart of the rings. Good for the 2. And a 3-point lead against Canada heading to the 10th end.
Even just still the rock in front of it's okay.
Okay, okay.
Let's be quick early. We should be pretty obvious what we're playing early, and then we still have a timeout, but make up a little bit of time in the first couple, and then we should be okay.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's just make 8 here, guys.
ready to go? Yeah.
Make 8, see what happens.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
So 7-4 is where we sit, the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. Look at the time remaining, 3 minutes for Canada, 4 for Japan. They both do each have their timeout.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. The 10th end here. Be down should be pretty straightforward, although that 5-buck rule coming into play might make things a little bit more messy than normal. Depends a little bit on the execution as well. Sometimes when shots are missed, it makes it more complicated.
Line's good.
Should be close.
Yeah, wait a little hot, but okay. Little down.
Line's good.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, Canada needs to try and set up their corner guards, give himself a chance at 3 here in
think
this
you can hurt
10th
it.
end to tie the
Line's
game up.
really good.
Halfway.
Okay.
Like it might be the high guard.
Okay. Cool.
Canada not only
good.
fighting
Shoot.
their feel for the ice and the rocks, the time a bit, and Japan here trying to pick up win number 3. Well, second one into the rings is not really the positioning you want.
No, you would preferably want those along the center line. You've seen teams play the tech shot here, not necessarily try to take them, take the guards to the boards, but rather take the guard back onto the center line or even in the house so you can hit them on the next.
Once it curls, it'll die, but it needs to
Can't
start
go.
curling
Yeah, we're to the
sooner. Yeah, I know.
LGT.
But many teams will just put a rock maybe top 4 and then top 8 and then a center guard. Just leave lots
Yeah, I
of
would like
rocks
to, but I
along
don't want that tight.
the center
Okay,
line
good.
for your opposition to work with.
Okay, so how did that feel to you?
Size about the same.
Okay. Perfect. It looks
Well, in another final, Sweden defeats Korea 8-4. So Korea with their first loss dropped to 3-1. Sweden wins their 4th. They are now 4-1. World silver medalists from a year ago starting to get rolling, and it's not a good thing for other teams because they get on a roll. They are a tough team to beat. Very aggressive approach here to start off this 10th end for Japan, up by 3.
Line's a little tight.
Wait's a little down.
Gotta go
Top 8.
hard for everything.
T.
Gotta go for line. Gotta go.
T. Back 8.
Okay, you're not by if you stop sweeping, but if it's heavy, then leave it.
Yeah, we can click off of
Yep,
something.
right to this one. Yep. Yep. Good judge, guys.
Good.
Good.
Good call.
Actually got a nice little spin to help benefit, give him a bit of a good angle.
Good. ワンツーだよね。ちょっと半分隠すぐらいで。最後ついちゃっても悪くないよ。でもあんまりチップはしたくないわ。はいよ。
最悪前でも
ちょっと前気味でも大丈夫よ、奥行くんだったら。
Time pretty similar now.
さっきより1個
But
広く
still,
取ってる。
should be lots of time because that is thinking time. It does stop when they go to throw their stone. It's not enough time to have lots of conversation, but enough that you shouldn't have to worry too much.
No, but it is little enough time to maybe play into the concentration of especially a young 4th player. I'm thinking about Team Japan. Not maybe that used to playing with time clocks either. It's just seeing your time tick away when it's under 1 minute. It starts to stress you out, and if you're not even sure how many seconds you spend on your pre-shot routine, that becomes a little bit of an issue.
I don't know. We were thinking like wide side tap that one back a foot.
Okay. Pre-stop.
Well, let's look over Scotland and Germany, 7-7 in the ninth. Daniela Jentsch.
Yeah, looking to maybe come through the port here. Remove the red counter, score 2.
Don't have it yet.
Needs to be on the red, also needs to avoid the jam at the back. But no, he's going to stuff it. And it's just going to be the one for Germany.
Good sweep.
It's a costly point left out there by Germany, 8-7 after 9 as they play in 10 now.
Came down?
Ja, also dann geht er aber nicht besser, weil wir sind auch schon was vorbei. Boah. Ja.
Okay.
Knapp. Schade.
難しいじゃないか。その後ろ。あ、後ろ。あ、ここ。今相手が狙ったやつ。
Just going to draw here. It could be tempting to maybe just even hit that yellow on the wing and try and roll in. You could roll even via your own red and spin up. Just when you're up by 3, you don't want to leave too many L's in play.
Right in behind to lie. 1, 2, 3. Chiaki Matsumura.
A fair bit actually low, 7/8 at least.
Okay. Got this there. Out turn?
Yeah.
Sarah Wilkes, low numbers, 56% only on her hits.
Yep. Hard.
Needs a run back right now.
Yep. Whoa.
Run, make the double.
Good shot, Sarah.
We'll
Sorry.
Good
Good
shot,
throw.
Sarah. Good.
actually work out, have a little backing. Except at their third shot.
Whoa. Good shot, Sarah. Sorry.
Good
Good
shot,
throw.
Sarah. Good.
Japan's just guarding here.
Not really a 10th end that you would expect to see with a 3-point lead.
No.
Not saying it's wrong, it's just different than what you're used to seeing.
Yeah.
Like
I
back
wonder
line.
if they lined up something here for Canada.
Chiaki Matsumura, 79% on her hits, 89% on draws.
Back line.
Shots are being fired fairly quickly here.
Like to go.
Okay, go if you
Canada.
need to, Rochelle. Whoa, you can't. You can't. You can't.
Let it curl.
Can't yet.
Back 12. Back 8.
Whoa.
Close.
On the
Hard
back
the
one,
yellow,
Dana. On the
Dana.
back one. Really gotta go. Go, 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 go.
Tap 'em up.
Get it in there. Get it in there. Get it in there. Nice shot.
Right to the top of the 8-foot. Looks like is just shot stone.
Holy moly, that doesn't curl.
No.
No.
Shots there.
Well, but if you did,
A little more curl would have been nice, but
Yeah.
ちょっとまずいね。前にするもん。でもワンこれだ。え？こっちのこれだ。
There is a hole.
入ってる。あと2投。
See the timeout being called by Japan.
そこ通る。
頑張れば通る。
通りはすると思うけど当たるとこはどこって感じ。
うん、そこね、守ってもいいけど、もう入れないの。
ここしかない。大外から。相手がそのランバック。
うん。でもそのランバックで何？あ、赤を出すってこと？
このこっちのランバックもある。
これ出しちゃった方がいい。
そしたら出したいよね。
やる当たるならこっちだわ。
ああ、
オッケー。
狭めに取る。
次に払っとけば次にまた出せるからね、見えてれば。
I think they are playing the hole here.
当たるならセンターのガードだわ。こっちは開いちゃダメだ。
Enough to get to the nose or try and make.
そうだね。
I don't think double a possible.
Yeah,
I don't know
if
if there's
there's
enough air.
yeah, if there's enough room, catch this next to the rim thin enough and spring across. Maybe enough to bounce it out of the 8-foot. First need to get through the port.
Kitazawa, 71% on 7 hits in the game. Through the hole.
Oh, there you go.
And the double is made.
So accurate with those up weights, Kitazawa. And she throws some heat as well.
Extra rotation made that look easy.
Yeah.
Thinking normal, we got to stick
That
it,
is
right?
a potential game winner right there. It's starting to look a bit hairy, actually, for Japan, with all those yellows accumulating. It was pretty close to the guard, I have to say.
We got to throw normal to have a chance to stick this.
来たらでもそしたら
Well, flying 3 right now. Canada needs 3 to tie.
No, it left the line before.
Yeah, I
This
think
will be good.
Chelsea Carey might have to
I
make
like this,
this
Chelsea.
slash double, keep the
good.
shooter in play. They're going to need a miss and make some kind of run back,
Yeah.
I think. Looking a big rim at the time being.
But
Yep.
in fact, not all these stones in play, they have a chance.
Yep. Dead. Forward. Forward.
Got to get past the guard first to make this one. Make the hit.
Okay.
We'll sit right there.
We're just spit down. Yeah.
It's looking less and less likely now.
Mile.
Yeah.
Did it end up being down?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think it was 10-7. Yeah, I was going to say it looked down. Yeah.
でもあとあるとしたら
Just heavier
黄色
underfoot
か
now.
はなければ。
どこの前だい？こっちがある。
いや、そっちないと思う。こっちのさ。
ケロ
こっち。
今の。
そこ。オッケー。それさ、相手さ。
ダブルロールみたい
中
な。
入ってこういう感じにはならない。
これあ、こういうこと
ウィッグみたいな感じで。
はなりそうだよ。ワンツーは取られそう
じゃあガードにしよう。
その前にしよう。結構曲がった。
最後ね。
So I talked about playing the hit in the hole. Just wonder if they're, yeah, every word is just they don't make it. Maybe open it up for Canada. So I think they're throwing a guard somewhere.
Take away that angle run, which might be.
I'm not sure quite what they're taking away. I'm not. What's the shot they have right now? The
corner guard running in and trying.
Yeah.
あ、止まったとこでいいかな。ちょっと回り早わ。
Not sure if they iced for actually removing that one though. If they're deep enough, they might tap up their own red and take it away. Seems to be more concerned about
16
discarding the hole, but that actually taps that red, so I don't think that slash is there anymore, actually, if it was ever there.
Make sure you thought so.
Yeah, I think we have to try it. I think it's our only chance.
Okay, out turn.
What kind of weight?
I think you have to throw peel to kick that 3 out of the 12.
I'm just worried that.
Call their
does it need
timeout.
to finish past that or no? Like you had to hit this pretty thin to get this one.
I don't think so. If you skinny that inside guard, I think it's pretty close to making it.
I think you're. Yeah, I don't think you need to finish it.
Okay. I think this is all we have. I'm not sure the hole's there, but we got to try this, right? It's only shot for 3.
Kinda
Unless we
wait.
see something else. Well, that's what we were just talking about. I think we need Peel to kick this far enough, but I'm not sure if that'll curl enough. But I think it's our only chance because we got to kick this out of there, right?
So what are you trying to hit?
Like a quarter, thick
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
Pretty much just get through the port.
I think- yeah,
Hope
I think
something good happens.
Get through the
Yeah.
port and pray.
Yeah, like hold
So-
your breath. Like
Don't have to throw it.
No, just easy Peel's
Really
fine.
hard, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
you got it.
Do you like that?
Not
Ice?
fully convinced the
I don't think
angle's
it'll do
there.
anything.
No, but
I agree.
as
Mine
the comment
happens
was, I
here.
think
No,
that's
we
all
should
we
also
have.
make straight.
Yeah.
Huh?
It'd be fun to make this.
Yeah.
It's the most relaxed
The
we've
season
heard from
feels
them
fine.
the entire game was on this one.
Yeah.
We're almost resigned that may not be there, but let's go have some fun.
Yeah.
That's close, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's inconceivable to get through the hole. I think it's going to be real close, like you said.
Okay, easy feel.
No, it'd be nice to see this one be close.
See if the angles do line up.
Yeah.
Last stone here of 10, Chelsea Carey.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.
Sounds close anyway.
Whoa! Yeah, Rochelle, go.
Got to get through the hole. Through the hole. Now hit the angles. And it didn't quite.
I was like, holy.
Need a hair thinner to go on the red and make that. And will be
Good game. Good luck.
single point for Canada.
Good luck.
And a 7-5 Japan win. So Japan improves to 3-2. It was fun. They got through the hole to C, but it wasn't quite there for Canada. They dropped to 2-2. Celebratory hugs for Team Japan, a big win. They knock off Canada, their first trip to the Worlds. And also move to 3-2 with that victory, snap a 2-game losing streak. We'll slide over the only game left out on the ice. The only action, Scotland and Germany. Scotland with the hammer in the 10th end, down 8-7. Situation at the moment, Scotland lying 1. First and third shot. Danielle Jensch, final 2 stones upcoming. Make the hit and have to be careful where they go that they don't set up a double. There is that red stone on the left of your picture. This game started with a 3 by Scotland in the first. Well, make the hit. Where do they roll to? They jam it on that back one. And they roll. Or there could be a slash double. Play for the win, or do you play to force the extra? I think there's a definite double possibility.
21 Sekunden reicht er locker noch für einen. Magst du noch mal ein? Nein.
Lauren Gray didn't really hesitate. Put the broom down to call for this double takeout.
Just the same as what I played.
Lauren Gray coming in yesterday in their game. Injury to skip Sophie Jackson. First full game skipping and throwing last stones. Does she have the double takeout in her to win the game for Scotland? Gotta try and make this double takeout. Nothing yet. Got one, spin it out. There's the double for the win. Lauren Gray comes off the bench. First game skipping, makes a double to win it for Scotland. They win 9-8 on a double takeout from the Scottish skip to knock off Germany. So Germany falls to 2-2. Scotland evens their record to up to 2-2. What a finish to session 7. Our feature game, Japan beating Canada 7-5. Was a big win for the Japanese side, especially giving up an early steal at 2 and bouncing back to come on and win this game. Japan taking on Canada, our feature game. Sixth end, and Canada unable to get any offense set up. Forced in this out turn through the port. Got to chisel off and score your single point.
Get off it!
Well, the intensity there from Canada and Chelsea Carey. They get off. It comes just off of that one and sits on the button for the single point. Canada facing multiple counters for Japan. Just didn't have a feel throughout the entire and couldn't get it going. Forced to draw in for a single point. Brown Ferguson make that one for their skipper, get the single point. Japan taking advantage right in behind on the previous one. Ikue Kitazawa able to play this draw. Get a second point right in there in behind to take a 3-point lead to the 10th end. And a messy 10th end, but it was enough. A victory for Japan. Canada didn't have a miraculous shot in them at the end. Japan wins this one 7-5.
Wow, you made it through that hole.
And an interesting session 7. Couple quick games, couple games coming down near the end. Messy 10th end in that feature game of ours, Japan and Canada. Japan decided, you know what, best way to defend it, let's keep stones around. Let's put lots in. And Chelsea Carey was able to get through a tight port, but not have the angles line up in their favor. It was close. Here are the finals from session 7. Japan beats Canada 7-5 in our feature game. Switzerland wins going away against Denmark 9-3. Sweden doubles up Korea 8-4. And as you saw, Scotland double takeout from Lauren Gray to win over Germany on sheet D. Impressive win there as it sets our standings right now. China, the only unbeaten team at 4-0. Sweden right behind at 4-1. While Korea, Russia, and Japan all with 3 wins. Then Canada, Germany, Scotland, Switzerland, and the USA all at 2-2. Then Denmark, Finland, Latvia, all looking for their first win of this year's World Championship.
Good game against Canada. How do you think your team performed today?
Thank you. 今日は私たちの調子が1試合目良くなかったんですけれども、2試合目の1試合目の反省点をしっかり生かして試合できることができたのでとても良かったです。
Okay, we could not play well in the first game, but we reviewed the first game with the team together during the break, and we could we could take advantage of that review for the next for the second game then.
You lost the last 2 games. How important was it for you to start winning again, to get back on the winning streak?
そうですね、気持ち的にはみんな落ち込んでた部分もあったんですけど、しっかり気持ちの切り替えができた試合だったので、この勝ちにつながったかなと思います。
Okay, we refreshed our feelings, so that becomes a victory tonight. Definitely, we changed our mind during the break, so that makes us the victory tonight.
Okay, thank you. Arigato.
ありがとうございます。
Well, a victory for Japan. They move to 3-2 for Sandra Rolog, myself, Luke Coley, our entire crew. Thanks for watching LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. Wow.